This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately.
Huh? It's the house!
What's going on, everybody? You guys enjoy my short live this morning, which that's crazy. You can just hit the button on Streamlabs and it just starts streaming live. Man, good thing I wasn't looking at some like one of those hot chick advertisements that pop up on the screen. You know? It was probably one of the most boring live streams you've ever seen. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. Let me go to the middle monitor. Yeah, you can kind of see over here, but it's filming itself. But look at right here. See this streaming button? See, right now it's streaming. And if I hit the stop streaming button, I could just hit stream again and it would connect. But before, if you don't set up a YouTube live stream first, it automatically just streams as soon as you click on that button. However, I've now fixed it where after you click the button, it asks you, are you sure you want to stream? Okay, so I built in an extra thing there. God, that's crazy.
Chewbacca?
Oh, I'll do Chewbacca if you want me to.
This case seemed very interesting.
Yeah. Thanks, Callie 3. Yeah, I've got some, and thanks Mike D before and Mama 457 Rose. Thank you. Yeah. All right, got some updates and. Oh, here's one of the cool updates. I sent this to Kelsey. You guys can see it here. look at that right there. Huh? So I don't know. I mean, that color right there. You can have a girl or a boy wear those. All right. So I'm just, you know, baby New Balance. Okay. Don't you think that's just awesome? I don't know how big those are, but they're for like a 1-year-old or something. So we'll see. Yeah. Yeah. And then Zozo sent me some pictures of Alec Murdaugh's wound. I had seen him before, but these are looks like a little clear. They still seem like they're shots of the camera, like the you know. But so here's Alec Murdaugh. Oh, look at me, everybody! I'm so. But here's the wound right there. That doesn't even look like a gun. How does a bullet nick somebody's head and then all the hair around it is perfect? Wouldn't it carve like a little path through there? Or at least singe some of the other hair? I think that's total garbage, right? I think that's complete bull crap right there. I think he did this beforehand. I don't know. Yeah, but why wouldn't it ricochet and then rip off some skin? I mean, not skin, hair around it. Instead, it's just like this nick in his head. I don't get it. I don't really buy any of that stuff. I don't think it was created from a gunshot wound. Did they even test it for like GSR or anything like that? Who knows? Oh yeah. So that's, tomorrow the trial resumes, so we'll get back onto that. Now, I think this is just disgusting, okay? The people that find Nicola Bulley's body, you got this idiot out there going, "Oh yeah, I'm a psychic. Psychic reveals how he found body of missing mum Nicola Bulley. A psychic medium has described why he decided to help the police in their search, and ultimately discovered her body. Jason Rothwell, 33, could have seen when police. Wait, I hear something coming in. Stupid! Yes! Chilling a little buddy. Man. Batshit. Yeah, you hear that? It said stupid and batshit all in the same thing. It's where yesterday when police announced the discovery in the nearby river. At a press conference earlier this evening, Lancashire police announced the body was missing mum Nicola Bulley, who had last been seen on January 27th. Hey, thank you, Shilly. Yeah.
Love Gray and the Freaks.
Right back at you. In a statement ahead of the conference, Mr. Rothwell from Oldham in Great Manchester said he had to address this issue due to a wide number of private inquiries and threads now circulating on YouTube. And the Mail Online reported, he wrote, as he obviously become apparent, yes, it is myself in the images in the media currently circulating relating to the case of Nicola Bulley, and yes, yesterday morning it was myself and a friend who reported and assisted the police in the recovery of a body from River Wire. Such as it would be inappropriate of me to discuss it any further, detail anything we may know about that body at this time, considering a formal identification of that body is yet to be confirmed. I would also like to say just a huge thank you to Lancashire Police for their help, support, and the open-mindedness with which they dealt with us following our call. Spiritualists or mediums are obviously not something the police come across every day, and I appreciate the respect given to us both. If they gave you any respect at all, they didn't do their job. To me, if they gave you any respect whatsoever at all, they're embarrassing. All right, you guys should be shunned and avoided, and the fact that you even tried to pretend that you gleaned the location of Nicola Bulley's body from your idiotic, medium, pretentious bullcrap makes you just a shitty person as well. All right, it didn't happen. Complete garbage. It was also important to mention I was not asked by police or Nicola's family to become involved in the case. Right, of course. Yeah. You know what happened? This guy, somebody was walking along, and he realized, ooh, I've got a couple videos where I pretend that I'm a medium. Ooh, I can make a killing on this thing. Woo! It's ridiculous. Anybody out there that reads this and are intrigued or interested, just come on. That's embarrassing. It just... It was we mediums. Let's see. What does he say here? It's ridiculous. It's also important to mention I was not asked by police or Nicola's family to become involved in the case, but having seen the wild speculation and hurtful commentary that has been going on, why? Listen, man. You claiming you're a medium gives you no credibility in saying wild speculation about anything, okay? And then he said, we keep hearing this wild speculation and hurtful commentary that was going on. And having previously assisted in the recovery of Michael Brooks, I decided to use whatever gift it is we mediums possess to try and locate Nicola Bulley. I would, however, stress again, I cannot confirm that body we traced yesterday is that of the lady in question. Well, how can you not confirm that? You were psychically channeling, finding Nicola Bulley. You found Nicola Bulley, what your psychic, whatever, the spirits, or whatever the hell you guys use, right? So it's got to be her. You should be able to tell us it's her before cops even have to do it. To me, it reminds me of a psychic. If you knock on a psychic's door and they say, "Who is it?" you should just walk away immediately. They don't have the gift. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I guess they know what my age is, so they put these ads over here. God, what's going on here? But for any of you out there that, let's see, he added, my thoughts and prayers are with the family, friends, and loved ones at this time, and I do hope that if it is indeed Nicola, they can find some peace with this. If it's not, I would send my prayers to the family of whomever it may be, he added. As a final note, I will not be giving any further information or commentary at this time regarding the work involved in finding this person, nor is it my place to engage in any discussion on how that body came to originally be in the water. Nicola's death is still being treated as unexplained by police while post-mortem examination continues. Yeah, so you got to do the autopsy, and it could be something else. Somebody could have hit her in the head and threw her in the water right at that spot. We don't know. Her jacket may have made it hard for people to see her because it's dark colored and it was in the water. All of her clothing was pretty much dark. I can't believe there are people entertaining the idea of, well, was she in a witness protection program? Where does this crap come from? Honest to God. Was she in a witness protection program? What? And now people are going after the guy who found the dog and tied the dog up. They're going after that person now. The credible YouTubers. Ridiculous. Or suggesting it. Hey, you might want to check out where this person lives, everybody. Don't dox him or anything, but by God, it is. Woo! Yeah, so I know tonight we're not doing the big cases like Nicola Bulley, really. That was all I had on that one and so forth. But if you guys would like to still help support the channel on just every night, it's the same way. That's the way we build up the funds to help support my channel and to be able to donate as much as I do from the income from the channel. I'm not required to, but that's just what I do. And it gives us a purpose throughout the entire year and lifetime of us doing this. Since, I think let's see, 2020. So in 2 years, what is it? Wait, 2020, 2021. So 3 years and 1 month, we have donated $134,250. That's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, and we actually donated the year before money, but I wasn't really counting it up at the time. We just sort of talked about, oh yeah, cool, look at that. Well, thanks, Elser1. And also, the notebooks will be, I think they're being shipped tomorrow, so I've already got like 10 on the list. Sweet. All right, well, that's my first public service announcement of the show. Did you hear, Gray? He said public service announcement. That wasn't a public service announcement. Gee, how could he call it that? I don't know. I was just saying it. You know, of course, it's not really a public service announcement. It's really advertising for my show. If you don't ask for super chats and whatnot, oftentimes they don't show up because people don't even think of it. And sometimes it just doesn't anyways. Alright, so that was it for that. I mean, I just think it's totally bogus, this whole thing. There's pictures of, this is the guy that is pointing in the water at the scene and different shots and so forth, and, you know, it's nuts. Is that the real Quietly Frozen? The coolest name in YouTube history. Hey, thank you. She's like on a saga. I just had some emails with Quietly Frozen. She's got quite the saga going
As
on.
always, excited for your show. Heart.
Well, thank you, Angela Gallagher, and Quietly Frozen. Hope everything works out for you there. Quietly Frozen. We have an actual real name out there. I don't say those if they don't want to. Let's see. No, Gray. That's her real name. She was born with the last name of Frozen, and the parents decided to give her first name as Quietly. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's me, but lately, oh, I know it's you. People keep wanting to get into my business. Yeah, there's some wackos on other social media sites that have like a fake, that same name they use because they're trolls, but you know. Oh well. You know, the places that trash me all the time. Yeah, they have a fake version of that. Alright, so let me get to the next one. Alright, guess what? There's let's see. Jenny Penny sent me this. Yeah, so I guess somebody got a hold of Debbie Collier's autopsy. I'd like to see it myself. It says Debbie Collier autopsy reveals burns to 80% of her body, no explanation of suicide. Well, the police explained that, and you know, the interesting thing is remember at first we just thought it was charring, but then after they unredacted that document, we could see that it was much more extensive than that. Hey, thank you so much, Scoutin' Dude. I should get like, I gotta get an Arnold Schwarzenegger line for Scoutin' Dude. Stick around. Consider the boss. Do you think that's the real Quaid? It is. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of them. Yeah, so anyways, it says Georgia office worker Debbie Collier's body was 80% burned when she was found in a ravine 60 miles from her home, according to her autopsy report. I actually, this is what I'll say. This channel covered that case better than anybody else. All right? I don't think there's any dispute whatsoever. The report done by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation and obtained the post through a public records request raises more questions about Collier's shocking death, which was ultimately ruled as suicide despite months-long homicide investigation. Scouting Dudes and Renee H. Yeah. Collier, a doting mother of two. Yeah, really? I mean, doting. Does anybody remember it being like that situation? A doting mother of two? Come on, New York Post. Do a little better than that. That's not accurate whatsoever. Put a 1 if you remember it that way. That was the kind of relationship they had where it was just this awesome, doting mother. Hey, what can I do for you today? And that's just no way. Doting mother of two child was reported missing September 10th after she sent her daughter Amanda a Venmo payment of $2,385 with a chilling message. It wasn't chilling. They are not going to let me go. Well, it was a little bit at first, but it became not. They're not going to let me go. Love you. I guess we still don't know what they're not going to let me go means. She was found dead in a ravine the next day in a wooded area of rural Habersham County, more than an hour north of Athens, Georgia, her Athens, Georgia home. Officials quickly opened a murder investigation that bore no results for months before police initially said Collier had charring to her stomach. But the autopsy reveals her burns were far more extensive. We already knew that. Remember that how her whole stomach area, everything was orange, like a reddish tint, and we were wondering if it was her top being like melted to her body or something. The report says Collier died from inhalation of superheated gases, thermal injuries, and hydrocodone intoxication. See, I think that's the key right there. Collier often took the painkiller hydrocodone as prescribed by a doctor due to a prolonged back injury. An autopsy examination revealed thermal injuries of the external body surface and the tracheal mucosa, windpipe. So basically, I mean, I don't know how much hydrocodone she had in her body, but she died from inhaling superheated gases, and so that alone, it's hard to force somebody to do that, right? Like, I mean, I guess you could set somebody on fire and they can't escape it, so that happens. But these findings may be due to sudden, intense flash fire. That's exactly how we pictured it, as well as the outdoor environment of fire. Officials noted that a melted gas can was found near the burn site. That means there was gasoline. She may have brought gasoline down there I think she was going to burn herself. But I don't think she meant for it to happen the way it did. I think possibly, I don't know how much hydrocodone she had in her system, but maybe she was going to try to pass out and then have the fire burn her or something like that. Autopsy examination revealed thermal injuries of the external body surface and of the tracheal, the windpipe, deposited soot in her airway, and no significant elevation of blood oxyhemoglobin. Hold on a second. Alright. Carboxyhemoglobin. The report which notes that no other significant injuries were noted. These findings may be due to a sudden intense flash fire, as well as the outdoor environment of the fire. Officials noted that a melted gas can was found near the burn site, perhaps the source of the flash fire, but did not explain the other circumstances, including that Collier was naked when discovered. Now, she wasn't. See, this is, they got an error here, see? That is not accurate. She had her shoes and her shorts on. Do you remember? She had her shoes and her shorts on. Was naked when discovered, and why she was slightly downhill from the fire. This is almost like they're just resetting the same garbage. God, I can't stand that shit. The autopsy report also doesn't explain how the death was ruled a suicide beyond a quick line that states investigation by law enforcement revealed circumstances consistent with a self-intentioned act and that she was alone at the time of the incident. I absolutely agree with that. Yeah, that's exactly the information that it was even out there. Yeah, it's similar to that one. Georgia police described Collier's death in late September as personal and targeted, but that's when they didn't realize that there was a melted gas. See, I know the case better than whoever wrote this New York Post here, but never publicly named, and all of us do, right? I mean, if you've been on this channel, everybody on this channel knows it better than the person who wrote this New York Post. Yeah. Police also never, but they originally reported that she was nude, remember? But she wasn't. That came out later, that she had shorts and shoes. And so these guys should know that here. Police also never explained Collier's Venmo message to her daughter, which caught the attention of the nation. Yeah, I mean, that note caused a lot of the problems. There was no punctuation, so it makes it hard for us to, even harder for us to determine exactly what she was trying to say in that. It could be perceived as a goodbye when they say they're not going to let me go, which could be originally opined that meant her demons weren't going to let her go. And now that it's been ruled a suicide, maybe that's exactly what that meant. Who knows? Or maybe the daughter said, "Hey, can you come do this?" And she goes, "They're not going to let me go. The money's in there," because she knew what she was going to do and just wanted to throw her off and not worry. But then why was the daughter then like, "Oh my God, what does that mean? Somebody's got her." So that part, I guess we might not ever know. But so that's why it almost seems like Debbie came up with that wording herself, and it didn't have anything to do with her daughter. Her daughter didn't know what that meant, and so the whole thing might have been, the demons aren't going to let me go. Alright, a neighbor told the Post in September that she heard a commotion coming from Collier's home the night before she vanished. I just think she just got sick of the whole thing and just one day was like, I can't do this. I mean, imagine, just imagine. Picture that life given what we know about everybody else. Not great. Not great at all. I mean, she's living in a different room than her husband. Okay. Yeah, they say it's because he snored. But he didn't even say goodnight, obviously, because he didn't know what time, didn't even say goodbye in the morning. So it's not a great situation there. Nothing was great. Her daughter, just absolute. Apparently didn't get along with her son at the time. And, I mean, just the overall perception of the case, it just feels like a nightmare. That whole situation. I mean, Debbie actually seemed like the only normal-ish person in that whole situation. Isn't that sad? Honest to God. Debbie Collier seemed to be the only normal person. Sort of one that you go, wow, yeah, I feel bad for Debbie. Very strange. Collier, 59, worked for a local real estate agency in Athens and lived with her husband Steve in a small yellow home on the edge of town. Police were able to find her by tracking her rented vehicle. Yeah, that's right. That was a pretty, you know, it was an interesting case at the time with all the surveillance footage and things that we got to look at. Those are some of my favorite types where you just get to keep getting information and putting it all together and coming up with something reasonable. What does that mean? I do have ad block up here, but a lot of times you can't see the page without it on. So don't worry about it, Wolf 7. Just, you know, if it bothers you too much that ads pop up, go watch something else. All right. Ding 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 ding. Family was involved. Oh, I remember that. I remember you and LM, man. You guys gave me hell. And there's a lot of people that were just like, Gray, you know, I love your show and everything, but man, you're just way off on this one. Remember that? Come on, be honest. Yeah. Yeah, LM and, yeah, I know, it's hard to imagine somebody doing that, but. Yeah, I think it was you, Mama 457, Rose. Yeah. Remember how that? You were almost like mad at me and stuff. I mean, I did, at one point when I talked to the detective, he convinced me, and what's interesting, he convinced me that it was a homicide because he said an item was missing from the scene that was related to her death. So I go, you guys, hey, I'm 99 or whatever the term was, 99% sure now it's a homicide because he told me that. But every time we do the show, when we're going through it, I go, God, this still just looks like a suicide. Man, this is. And then one day, we find out that the item that he said was missing was found after all. And guess what item that was? It was the melted gas can. Is that amazing or what? No, it's okay, Wolf 7. I'm just flipping you crap. You probably don't want to keep watching the ads on the side. You know, maybe they're a little distracting. There's a lot of pages out there that don't allow you to even view their page without having ads on. Yeah. So I felt bad that I shifted my position off of, I mean, not bad. I mean, it was like, that's what the detective told me. But then they actually found the burnt gas can, but he never updated me. Oh, great. By the way, we did find that. So, yeah, it's starting to look more like it. It is what it is. And thanks up there to Ashy Snow, who said, good evening, Professor Gray and Freaks. Professor Gray is going to give another lecture. Crime Collector, Freak Connector. Hey, thanks, Cammy. I'm always going to be a protector. Yeah, this one, you know what? In about 2 minutes, you remember every single thing about this case. It wasn't that long ago. It was like October of last year, right? Or maybe, no, it was, what was it, September, October? When was that?
Hi, freaks.
So September 10th. Yeah. Right around that time. So really not that long ago. 5-6 months ago. Well, they said she died from the superheated gases that she inhaled. Wow, what? Jeez. Jumping to their deaths from a bridge in Armenia. Oh, because they're persecuted over there. Oh, that's sad. Jeez. A young gay couple shared a final kiss on Instagram before jumping to their deaths from a bridge in Armenia. Probably because it's, you know, illegal or something over there. That's terrible. After their parents reportedly did not accept their relationship. Why don't they just go somewhere, you know? Take off. Tragic incident. Homosexuality was only decriminalized in 2003 in Armenia, and many LGBT couples face discrimination in the former Soviet nation. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that sucks. Jeez. Oh, really? Okay, well, I think that's sort of like the basic update stuff. Now, here's something I want to throw out there to the community. This case here that I spent like way too much time trying to find something on this case. And I'm absolutely shocked that I could find nothing, not even really a Google article or anything on this person. And then my phone just turned on because they say Google. All right. So hold on a second. So you look at this girl here, and man, I mean, she's very pretty, right? And her name is Sarah Breckfield. And it's unsolved homicide victim, November 18th, 1991, Jacksonville, Florida. And wouldn't you think that this would be all over the newspaper? Jacksonville, Florida, however, has a problem. Like, they're not in newspapers.com, and they have a ton of cases on that Faces page. Alright? But here's the thing. I did find this, and this makes me want to figure something out. It says Sarah Breckfield. So it's Breakfield, actually. Breakfield. 22, died Monday, November 18th. Miss Breakfield was born in Portsmouth, Virginia, was a 1987 graduate of Allen D. Nease High School, and was a recipient of the Senior of Distinction Award. She was a drum major and a 4-year member of the band, a member of the National Honor Society, listed in Who's Who Among American High School Students, a contestant in the Miss Nease pageant, and a member of Palms Presbyterian Church. I mean, this girl was going to go kick some ass in the world. She was currently enrolled at Florida Community College at Jacksonville. She was employed as an administrative assistant in the Jacksonville law firm of Taylor, Day, and Rio. She is survived by her parents, John H. and Jean S. Breakfield of Ponte Vedre Beach. It's just... And when you go back to this one, I think when I looked up the stats, she was stabbed to death. Alright, so there was absolutely nothing on her. Now, there might be a Jacksonville, Florida newspaper archive that I don't have connection to, but if any one of you want to go out and try to find even something. I mean, I gotta tell you, I've never seen a case, something like that, where you think the media would be involved. Like, if you go murder, like, even if you just type in Sarah Breakfield murder, like that, I mean, there's nothing. You know? That's not even the same person there. And the only thing is this Faces of Unsolved Project Cold Cases. Then you go here, that's the one I was looking at to find her, and she shows up on the page somewhere down there. Alright. Hey, thanks, Christy. Thank you very much. Number one. So there's your mission, everybody. If you find... I mean, I just find it really strange that you have somebody very attractive like that was such a highly accomplished, achieving person, and there isn't a damn thing. There isn't one article that pops up. You know how like every case almost has an article that comes up, you know, like 2015 on Google, on the internet, you know, a new article that let's bringing light to an old cold case. It's 1991. Let me try something else. Let me try it. Maybe they have her somewhere else in here. Sarah Breakfield, 19. I'm just going to do that with no location. It's Coos Bay, Oregon. That's not one. That's just nothing. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. Well, you know, sometimes though, I didn't spend like hours digging through old newspaper. I have 3 newspaper archives that I pay for, and they weren't. There was not one mention of her on any of those 3. It's unbelievable. I swear to God, you guys. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, and just looking at that case there, I don't know what the other facts are of it. It's just so bewildering to have nothing. I mean, you would think that a family member or somebody too would want to have newspaper articles over the years to, you know, get the word out to try to help solve the case. I don't know. Maybe people wanted to move on or something. It's because it sounds pretty horrible. Oh yeah, where do they have the scholarship? Send me the link to that on Facebook. That doesn't show up at all. Oh, is that it? Oh, there it is right there on Facebook. Somewhere. It's a fund. 2018 Sarah Breakfield Scholarship. Huh. I mean, just regardless, it's nuts. All right. Yeah, it's the same Facebook page, yeah. And it's spelled exactly how I have it. You know, it's not B-R-A-K-E, it's nothing like that. It's just odd that the newspapers wouldn't have picked it up as well. Having somebody that, I mean, the national honor, like, I mean, what was the phrase that it had in there? Let me read that again. It was, that's the church that the scholarship's at, is the one that she attended. Yeah, National Honor Society listed in Who's Who among American high school students. That means she is the best of the best out there. And somehow, nothing. Alright, so that's it. And if you want to look it up, it's Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, Breakfield, B-R-E-A-K-F-I-E-L-D. I was even thinking I might even just call over there and just say, hey, I saw this cold case that you have. There's virtually zero information on it. Is there any way you could send me something just to see? I'll give it a shot tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Gonna do it. I wonder if it was sort of a religious situation. All right, hold on a second. I'll be back in just a second. Anyways, that was my wife just came home. I had to fill her in on the stepkids updates from the day. Wow, I actually have to do like actual dad stuff. It's weird. That's who knew? Who knew? Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I think one of them's got an interview tomorrow for a security at a Target, and then another one is, we're trying to get him hooked up with a relative who does the same type of work. So we'll see how it goes. I hope it'll be really cool. They just need to be doing something. I think once they get working, they'll start feeling more, because they've just been really sitting around in their apartment, really, because they usually were back where they lived. They spent their whole day doing things like cleaning their own clothes and stuff, and they always had something to be doing around the house. And now they have a washing machine, so you put that in there, and you don't have to do anything, you know. But we got them hooked up with decent stuff. And computers and whatnot. Yeah. Yep, they're settling in. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't find anything on that last case, but I spent so much time on it. Like couple hours looking, and I just didn't find anything, but I thought I'd bring it up anyways, because maybe all of us collectively can somehow find something. I don't know. All right, so now we're going to go, I think this is another UK case right here. Oh, yeah? Oh, there you go. Not your average chick. There you go.
Good afternoon. I am Detective Chief Inspector John Caldwell. This afternoon, detectives from the Major Investigation Team investigating the murder of Natalie McNally are releasing CCTV footage.
Here you go.
Good afternoon. I am Detective Chief Inspector John Caldwell.
So this is from before. This is December. So there's a woman named Natalie McNally who went missing in December, and her boyfriend at the time had an alibi. It's in Ireland.
This afternoon, detectives from the Major Investigation Team investigating the murder of Natalie McNally are releasing CCTV footage, along with details of her award from the charity Crime Stoppers. Crime Stoppers, who are independent of police, have offered an award of up to £20,000 for information leading to the arrest.
Okay, Northern Ireland. I think it should be one country. Okay. And
conviction of those responsible for Natalie's murder. Natalie was murdered in her home in Silverwood Green in Lurgan, and we believe the attack took place on the night of Sunday the 18th of December. The 32-year-old, who was 15 weeks pregnant, died a violent death, having been stabbed a number of times. CCTV footage released shows a man carrying a rucksack arriving at Silverwood Green on Sunday night at 8:52
I'll show you
p.m.
that.
Then at 9:30 p.m. we see him walking out of Silverwood Green. He appears to be wearing white footwear, possibly trainers. My thoughts firmly remain with Natalie's devoted parents and family, who have suffered terribly. And my appeal is to anyone with information, please come forward. I am keen to highlight a reward of £20,000 from Crime Stoppers, who are a charity and who are independent of police. The reward has been offered for information given directly to Crime Stoppers that leads to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for Natalie's murder. Crime Stoppers take information completely anonymously, meaning they will never ask for or store any personal details. Contact Crime Stoppers, please, on 0800 555 111. This is a free phone, or you can contact them online at www.crimestoppers-uk.org. There is no colour line display, no 1471 facility, and computer IP addresses are never traced. Thank you.
I'm Niall, the youngest of Natalie's three brothers, and I would like to appeal to my sister's killer to do a decent thing and confess to her murder. Nats, as we called her, was the only girl in our family, and we treated her like a princess. She lived and coped with being a diabetic from a really early age, and as a result, we were so protective of her and treated her like a precious egg. And yet she was a fiercely independent woman, working in marketing for TransLink, and was passionate about her beliefs and loved her animals and music. We were so proud of her many achievements. My mum and dad, Noel and Bernadette, my two brothers, Brendan and Declan, and I are completely devastated that she's no longer with us, and I really can't believe we'll never see her beautiful smile or hear her infectious laugh again. I cannot actually put into words the heartache we're experiencing. She was the life and soul of our family, and we are heartbroken she will not be sitting around the table with us this Christmas Day or any day. Nats really was the best sister ever, and such a lovely person, She had so many friends and would have done anything for anyone. She had a heart of gold. And to add to our unbearable heartache, we were devastated that we will never meet Natalie's baby. We were all looking forward to welcoming the family's first grandchild and niece or nephew into the world next year. Our killers denied Nats the opportunity of being a mummy. I'm pleading on behalf of our family to bring any information to police or Crime Stoppers to help them put Nat's killer behind bars.
My name is John, one of Natalie's many uncles. Natalie was a gorgeous, kind, generous girl who went the extra mile for her friends and family, but also for pets or any animal. She has come from one of the kindest, most generous, most loving, most caring families that I have ever had the privilege to meet.
Yep. Well, there you go. I figure that's from the police service. It's not a.
Good afternoon.
And the surveillance footage at the time is right here. So there's this guy walking, kind of a big guy, with the white shoes on, the backpack. It freezes like that, and the one I watched. So, and then he shows back up over here, pixelated. I think I started over again, just to see if that was in there now. Thanks, Cindy Leon. Yes, everybody, consider supporting the channel. Thank you very much. He's heading over there, and then later he comes walking back this way with that backpack on, kind of stops to look back behind him again, and he continues on. So that was the surveillance that they had back then.
Chewbacca?
I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Thanks, Gray.
Well, thank you. Yeah, why not just make this one country right here, right? I mean, come on. Anyways, let's get to... I got a whole bunch of articles here. It's a crazy story, guys, because her boyfriend was not considered a suspect because he had an alibi, because he was live streaming on YouTube for 6 hours during the time of the murders. But guess what, everybody? It turns out it was a recorded YouTube live stream that he made it look like he was live streaming. I mean, is that the craziest thing you've ever heard? I mean, it's unbelievable. He set it up where he played a 6-hour video and then probably used something like OBS Studios to stream it, and it seemed like he was a live gamer. And so let me go through some of these articles at the time as they were happening. So there it is. The PSI appeal for information for man spotted on CCTV in Lurgan. So we could go there. So that's right here in this town. I mean, we don't really have, at this point, a specific location. Let me grab some of this. Create a folder in this program. O220. And then under here, make another one. And then just put a random pin in Lurgan for now. I just need something playing in the background, quiet. All right. Okay, that was the CCTV footage the same day. Then on the, I think that was the 22nd and the 26th, police appeal for information after pregnant woman murdered. That's her right there. Northern Irish police investigating the murder of pregnant Armagh woman Natalie McNally have released CCTV footage in the hope of catching her killer. Natalie McNally, 32, was 15 weeks pregnant when she was stabbed to death in her home in Silverwood Green. So let's see where that is. Thanks, Simple Life Days. Okay, now we can make this even. Okay, so this is going to be. We're going to be able to. I'm going to be able to tell you where that was. Silverwood Green. Is there a street view in here? Yes, there is. Miraculous. Hell, that almost looks like that was right there, just eyeballing it in my brain. I mean, I'm just saying, it looked like he was walking around right there. Let's take a look. It could be another spot that looks just like it, but doesn't that look like almost in your mind what we were just looking at? So hold on. Let's see. Might not be. The building might look totally different than that. Now, it doesn't have the grass there, but it looks very similar to that. How it goes around the corner. So let's see. Maybe that's not it either. There's like a pole on the side of the wall. Ooh, what is that gonna be? No. I'm still looking at, there's a, well actually it looks like there's a crosswalk with stripes on it. Let me go to look at that. I can maybe see that from the air. I'm just looking at the picture on the other side while I'm doing this. Yeah, so like there's a curve going around, almost like right, and something would be kind of like this. It has a very similar feel, like you go around, there's a corner, and then there's a car parked right over there, but that's not what it's not available in this area. Yeah, it's something on that's like a, there's a whole bunch of lamp posts in here. It's not this one. Oh, there it is. It's right there. That's the spot. Can we get a boom shakalaka? So there it is. That's the spot. And there's where there's a car park. You know what's crazy? Look at this. That looks like the same damn car that's even look. You gotta admit, that's pretty weird. I mean, come on. That looks like the same car parked in the right spot. Alright. So there's the light pole, and that means he was exiting out that way. So we'll, you bastard. I can't believe it did that. Well, we know where it was. It was right on the exit here. I think it was this one right here. Let's see. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and put it, surveillance footage right here. So it's kind of cool just to see where he was walking around. I don't know which unit she lived in, but it's definitely in there. This took just in December, this took place. Thank you. Yes, I know this isn't the big cases, everybody. So if you can help out, that'd be awesome. Thanks, Melissa South. It's interesting how this. I'd never heard of this. It was pretty big locally. I think I found this in my suggested cases in Discord, but it was kind of big over there. But really, why wasn't this talked about? This is easily at the time would have been as interesting as the Nicola Bulley case. It really is mind-boggling. A 32-year-old man was arrested, and that person here, so this is back then, it says, a 32-year-old man was arrested on Thursday in connection with the incident, that's her boyfriend, and released on bail later on Thursday to allow for further inquiries. The PSNI released footage of the man suspected of killing McNally on Thursday, with footage showing a man carrying a rucksack arriving at Silverwood Green on Sunday evening. Detective Chief Inspector John Caldwell said in a statement that the man was seen arriving in Silverwood Greens at 8:52 p.m. and then at 9:30 p.m. Okay, so there's two different ones. Let's put that in there. Thanks, LM and Mama 457 Rose and Cadillac. Okay, 8:52 arriving, and then another one right here at 9:30 p.m. leaving. Same spot. I wonder if that camera is right there on that building. Should be right up on the right. Oh, they. Maybe right there. That thing. I don't know. Seems like it was more at an angle over here, almost on top of that. This is June of this year. Just 6 months before this happened. That's why that car is parked there. That street view was just recently, not even a year ago. Today we are releasing CCTV footage which shows a man carrying a rucksack arriving at Silverwood Green on Sunday night at 8:52. Then at 9:30 p.m. we see him walking on Silverwood Green. Alright, let me get you guys in the system, in my calculator. Alright, don't forget that. I'll just say. Hey, and I emptied the dishwasher today, everybody. Aren't I amazing? She said, thank you, she said. I am. Hey, thanks, Cali Gal 3.
Chewbacca?
I'll be Chewbacca.
I can't put the stuff in the dishwasher because I never do it right. Okay. I think he killed her. Yeah, that's what I think. Almost every time you see somebody pregnant that was killed, it's because they were pregnant. I would say 95% of the time. Just out of experience. I mean, of course, that's the reason. But you never know. In this guy's case, he's just a weird. He's a weird one, I gotta tell you. Yeah, let me move on to the next one. So that was on the 26th, then the 30th of December. Natalie McNally murder. Police renew appeal over stabbing of pregnant woman. So the live streaming of the boyfriend cleared him at the time. So then they're like, police investigating the murder of Natalie McNally, the pregnant woman stabbed to death in her Co-Armage home 12 days ago, have renewed an appeal for information. The 32-year-old was 15 weeks pregnant when she was attacked in the Silverwood Green area of Lurgan. Thank you, Wendy Johnson. The Let's see. Her body was discovered on Monday, December 19th, but police believe she was murdered the day before. A suspect captured on CCTV footage close to her home on the night of the killing has still not been identified. Several people have been arrested in connection with Miss McNally's death, but no one has been charged. There were no signs of forced entry. See, and this is where you get that, you know how they always say there's no signs of forced entry, so it's likely somebody she knew? Well, this sort of shows that. There was no signs of forced entry to her home, and police have previously said she may have known her killer. Boom, there you go. I hadn't even read that yet. She was stabbed a number of times and showed signs of defensive inquiries. On Friday, detectives from the police service, and thank you very much, Wendy Johnson. I forgot that. Oh, I did say that. Major investigation team issued a statement urging anyone with information on the violent murder to come forward. A fresh photograph of Miss McNally was also released. Detective Chief Inspector Neil McGuinness said last week, "We released CCTV footage which shows a man carrying a rucksack arriving at Silverwood Green on Sunday night at 8:52 p.m. Then at 9:30 p.m. we see him walking out of Silverwood Green. He appears to be wearing white footwear, possibly trainers. Our efforts to identify the individual captured in this footage remain ongoing, and we would appeal to anyone who believes they recognize this person to get in touch." The charity Crime Stoppers has offered £20,000 reward. That's crazy. The reward is being offered for information given directly to Crime Stoppers that leads to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for Natalie's murder. Crime Stoppers takes information completely anonymously. My lovely sister Natalie, who I watched grow up since we were children, so smart, strong, independent, capable, cats, dogs, just understanding the things that no one else did, Mr. McNally wrote on social media. On St. Stephen's Day, Humanist Federal Service funeral service was held for Miss McNally at her family home. Several hundred people attended the service. People obviously liked her. And then I think it was all the way up and then February 2nd, so there was a whole month in there where there was basically nothing. Now it's Lisburn man Stephen McCullagh appears in court charged with murder of Natalie McNally in Lurgan.
The man accused of murdering Natalie.
Oh, that's just stupid audio there. A man has appeared in court charged with murder of Natalie McNally. Stephen McCullagh, 32, from Woodland Gardens, Lisburn. Let's see where that is. Oh, so he kind of lived a little bit away. So he lived in this area. And this is Stephen McCullagh. He's 32. Yeah, it's like probably a 20-minute drive, something like that. So he probably drove in, or that's not the right spot. It was a little bit further than what I thought, but that's the town of Lurgan. But he probably drove in and he parked his car because he took a right when he came out. So he probably put his car somewhere over here, and then he walked to that vehicle and then drove away. Makes sense. That's so loud. Or not loud. There's the stuff and buzzing sound in my head over here. I don't know if I don't know. I haven't got to that part yet, Zozo. So let me just keep reading through the articles. He could have taken the bus. I don't know yet. I'm just saying maybe he parked over there. I have no idea. I don't read him. Like I said, I don't read him before I come on because it's boring as hell. to cover these stories after you've read them. You know, it even makes like the Murdaugh trial not as interesting for me because I've already watched the whole thing. Then I do the show, and then, you know. Yeah. All right, let me go to the... Yeah, I know this is from Discord, so people probably got really into it, but I just kind of went and found the articles in order. Yeah, good prediction there, good prediction. So McNally's parents, Bernie and Noel, have, let's see, her 3 brothers, Declan, Brendan, and Niall, and their partners were in the public gallery surrounded by other family members, many of whom were wearing pink and blue t-shirts. She was killed in her home on December 19th. She was 15 weeks pregnant at the time. McCullagh did not speak during Thursday's hearing, which lasted almost an hour. The court was told he denies the charges. During the hearing, the court was told how there was a relationship between the accused and Miss McNally. He had met the family on a couple of occasions prior to the killing and had been with them after. The court heard how he appeared to be on YouTube streaming to his 37,000 subscribers a game of Grand Theft Auto for 6 hours on the night of the murder. However, police cyber experts believe he had pre-recorded the streaming and played it out as if it were live. Yeah, I mean, I watched like 20 minutes of it. The detective said during the footage, McCullagh tells his followers he is unable to interact with them. Right. See, he tried to put an alibi even in the stream. Detective Chief Inspector Neil McGuinness told District Judge Rosie Waters that while McCullagh denies involvement in Natalie McNally's murder, he has conceded in police interviews that the purported live stream was pre-recorded by him days earlier. Okay, right. But you didn't do the murder. You just, you know, recorded 6 hours and how bogus. The court was told that McCullagh was initially arrested in the wake of the murder, but then ruled out as a suspect on the basis of the alleged live stream alibi. McCullagh, who works in the local media industry, then went on to interact with McNally's family in the weeks that followed. He claimed the accused left his phone in the home of McNally's parents and recorded 40 minutes of audio. Let's see. McCullagh, who works in the local media industry, then went on to interact with McNally's family in the weeks that followed. He claimed the accused left his phone in the home of McNally's parents and recorded 40 minutes of audio. He wanted to see what they were thinking. Those are the family members that we just saw in the press conference. Detective Chief Inspector McGuinness said he believed that this was McCullagh attempting to determine if the family suspected him. There you go. The charge came after a review of fresh CCTV footage, which police believe shows the accused on a bus to Lurgan. There you go. Now he's on a bus. The figure in the CCTV was hooded, wearing a mask and double glove, the court was told. Police say the man on the bus was carrying an Asda bag, and at one point, the footage described as high quality, appeared to show a small black backpack in the bag, which was similar to the one on the CCTV outside the alleged victim's Silverwood Green home. Judge Waters described the alleged recording as a gross invasion of the McNally family privacy. Declining bail, District Judge Waters said, "I don't know that I've ever come across a case that is so complex, and if the police are right, this was a cold-blooded attack which was meticulously planned with absolutely tragic consequences, and in all the circumstances I also am concerned about the issues which the prosecution are concerned with." I mean, I'm assuming he's the father. I don't know. The risk of further offending if he can carry out an attack like this, if the police case is right, then who knows what else he is capable of. McCullagh watched the proceedings via video link from a police custody suite. He was remanded in custody to appear before Craigavon Magistrate Court in February 24th. So that's coming up in 4 days. Okay, that's similar to the last one. Yeah, basically all the articles, there was one on the 18th here, a couple days ago. Natalie McNally murder accused Stephen McCullagh appears in court for bail application. So this is the guy, right? You can barely see him, but he's right there. He looks crazy. He's at these different events. That's the rally for her. So you know when people say that people show up to memorials and whatnot? Well, there he is. All right, you guys, we're in the reading mode. This sound right here. Here we go. All right, here we go. A high court bail application by a man accused of murdering Natalie McNally has been adjourned. Stephen McCullagh is charged with killing the mum-to-be at her home in Lurgan a week before Christmas. He appeared via video link from Mawbury Prison wearing gray police-issue tracksuit. The parents and brothers of Miss McNally, who was 15 weeks pregnant at the time of her death, were also present in the Royal Courts of Justice to hear their bail application. Yeah, there you go. Hey, thanks, Amber Maiden, the reading wave. Yeah, well, I'm just trying to get you guys familiar with another case that's actually pretty interesting that we, for some reason, weren't really, there was no publicity. It's not really Daily Mail or any of that stuff, you know. All waves count. Thanks, Ellen. Parents and brothers of Miss McNally, who was 15 weeks pregnant at the time of her death, were also present. Let me see down here. Yeah, okay. Well, he was arrested on January 31st. So he was only arrested about 3 weeks ago. It's just interesting to me that the case wasn't in the media at the at all. In the United States. I mean, this is exactly the type of cases you would think. I think what makes it crazy, though, is the attempted alibi. Hey, thanks, Quietly Frozen, Cindy J, LM, Amber Maiden. So you guys ready to see some of the footage of this guy? Thank you, Simple Life Days. Nikki Zibs. I'm sure I'm not ever saying that right, am I? Am I supposed to just say ZBZZ?
Chewbacca?
Ashy Snow and Melanie, thank you.
Ocean wave, ocean wave, ocean wave.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm not saying that right. I'm sure there's not really a right way or wrong way. Yeah, but what'd you come up with that one?
Ocean wave, ocean wave.
There's no. So when you made it, it was just totally random? You didn't even know how to say it? I mean, come on, I'm having a hard time.
Chewbacca?
Thanks, Tamara. Not today, but tomorrow. Wait, come on. So, Nikki Zibs, when you created that name, you didn't even think of like, okay, here's how I pronounce this. Thank you, Cadillac.
Ocean wave.
And
ocean
also
wave,
Melissa
ocean
South
wave.
and Melanie.
Chewbacca?
I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Driving still.
Yeah. Wait, let me see. I want to see what her response was up there. But you say it how I think it is. Because my seems crazy. Let's see. What would that be? I don't know. What is that? How do you pronounce that name?
Chewbacca?
I'll be
Zib Zibchak or something? All right. Okay. Well, here we go. This is the actual live stream. That's him right here. This guy right here in the corner. This guy. Yeah, he's just playing a game.
Yeah, that was bad. Right, stay there. Right.
Kind of looks like a fun game to play. After a while, I forgot what I was watching. I was just like watching. This guy's freaking nuts. Think about somebody doing this for 6 hours. You're gone. You do this recording so that you can be gone, and everybody thinks that you're. I know it seems like a game that I could just keep playing. Nikki Zabizik. Oh, okay. There you go. Zabizik. That's easy to say. I'll give you an extra spin just for pronouncing that.
Nikki Zabizik.
I hate this mission. I hate this mission.
That helicopter looks tiny.
I hate this mission.
Oh, it is. It's like a drone.
I hate this mission. That's how reality works.
You know what's weird is when he's doing this the whole time, that means he's thinking, okay, I got to pretend that I'm interacting and talking to people.
See, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, you grow up playing these games and you've just got the map memorized in your head.
Yeah, think of it like
I
that.
just have all the
guys.
cheats memorized in my head too.
That he's literally,
A lot of them worked in.
hey everybody, you guys, and all those things. He's thinking about that. The whole time he's doing the show, he's probably playing just out of memory, and he's thinking about what he's going to do later.
Hell. Fuck me, it's like the Blues Brothers, isn't it? Driving around in an old cop car.
No, well, there might have been, because if it was a premiere, there would have been people in the chat. But there had to have been people in the. Yes, there was people in the chat. Yes, there was. They're over here. They may have turned that off.
Video game. This fucking thing.
Yeah, there's somebody right
Get
here.
off the thing! Twat!
Wow, Jesus.
Jesus,
wow.
man. Merry Christmas. Shit. It's because I'm drunk, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some people over here, yeah.
Yeah, I know he got away. Joe, I know he got
He
away.
probably did it the night before and got ready for.
Because he's gotten away every single fucking time I played this mission! That's how I know he got away!
Wow, what a.
This is why. Because I am shit at this. I keep fucking not avoiding the
You know what's weird? I was playing it and then I paused it one time, and look what it was on. At 3 hours and 2 minutes and 46 seconds. I don't know where these quotes come from, but it says "waste the wife." You know, even though it's his girlfriend, but you can kind of. It was just like, oh, how come that came up on the? Why is that on the screen? Who puts those in there? Is that in the? Like the note that's sent from the phone call that's being made over here, or what? You know, I don't know what that is. It was right around this time.
Just how it goes. Give me a fucking car deck. Where is he, Mr. Fuckface again here? Fuck it, I'll try that mission again. Because I almost had the fucker.
Oh, those are quests.
And
Is that
then
what that
I tried
is?
to be clever and I fucked myself. Because
I don't
I'm
know
not
the
clever.
game,
I'm actually
so.
just a stupid piece of shit.
Looks kind of
And
fun. Like you
t-shirt.
could just keep playing for hours and hours.
really
and
needs
go
to
all
be
over
watched.
the place. Okay, so this is what the thing says: waste the wife.
Oh god.
He cheers to that one.
Thank you.
Oh, all right.
What? I have the exact same car as
Well,
her.
so if you go to his like live streams, so that look what the name of the show was called, the Violent Night Christmas Live Gaming Stream. And then here's what he normally would be like.
Okay, well, podcasts will pull up the lever and there's so much anger in them because it's like, what the hell am I?
This is October 2021.
But yeah, so it's nice to see that in a different form, where we're seeing the mini puffs here kind of roast each other and make s'mores out of each other. And
3 weeks ago, he made a Doctor Who 1314 Doctor Jenner. I don't know what he's doing with these. Is he?
Hello YouTube. The difference is on the up looks far check design on the brown back design. You have to cram an old release. The only real difference.
Huh. He's like a toy reviewer or something. He doesn't seem like he does those live streaming too often. Because if you go to the live stream, this one's a year ago, this one's 2 months ago, then 2 years ago. This is a 6-hour stream here.
taking no fucking responsibility for their actions at all.
Oh, and they always try to say, oh, but we were like the renegade YouTube. We were the safe haven for people. It's like, fuck off.
Want to see the mine disaster that happened.
Stephen, one for Anthony. Anthony, Stephen, what was your answer?
Anthony.
Yep, you're both correct.
Yeah, that's why. That's a panel thing. Yeah. This is 5 hours here.
You're saying it's
at the time, and they couldn't get the fucking glaucoma. Women pick a Kodak disposable camera.
Wow.
Okay. But everyone was...
What in the hell? I mean, could you imagine watching that? Well, anyways, the one that actually matters is this one here. Totally different than the other one.
Watched.
I wonder if it was his kid and maybe she didn't want to be with him because he's nuts, or he's psycho and he didn't want to have another child. I mean, it has to be related to that. You know, he didn't want to have a child, not another child. No, panels suck. Yeah, Cindy. No matter who's in them. Yeah, it's like when you have 4 or 5 people up there, it never goes well. People are always blabbing over everybody, and eventually you just want one of them to start knitting, maybe playing the Rubik's Cube or something, and just people have panels when they have nothing to talk about themselves. Like they can't. Panels are for people in general who can't come up with enough content to discuss with everybody. And so what they do is they get as many people as they can, and everybody just yaks away for hours and hours and hours, and nothing ever gets accomplished. Right, Cindy? Let's be honest. I know they're entertaining and fun, but there's nothing in them. Oh yeah. Tonight's battle is for who can solve the Rubik's Cube quicker. Now what you do is you start off with a blank cube. If you get really frustrated, you take the cube apart and you put it back together correctly. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, they're not to me. I can't stand them. I can't stand... They're not... When you mean round tables, like in real life where there's a table and there's people around them? Because the panels on YouTube are ludicrous. I've only... Unless they're absolutely all professional people, like if you had the behavior panel on that's basically what they're doing, that would be something you could listen to because they're professional people. The people on YouTube doing them are insane. It's just rambling into oblivion. Now, you might get lucky every 1700th panel live stream, but in general, forget it. Huh? Yeah, no, I make that argument all the time, Nikki, Zibs. I don't know if you guys have been around here, but this is what I think. I think that if you're a woman and you're pregnant and the guy doesn't want to be part of your life, it'll be nothing but a disaster, especially if the person doesn't even really like you. Okay? If you want to have the child, just figure out a way to take care of it. I know it costs a little bit more money and everything, but you'll be so proud of yourself, and I guarantee you can do it, and you won't have a nightmare of a situation, because I can't tell you how many times we've covered cases where there's been murders committed by people, guys, against women, because they're going to have the baby and they don't want to be saddled down for the 18 years of child support payments. Just take care of it. You can do it. There's no there's no reason that you can't do it. You just have to put the effort in. And I mean, I'm not saying it like, oh, you're just saying it close for the guys. No, it's not like that at all. It's the anger. You'll be so much happier and you'll feel so much better about your life without having a wacko, crazy person just completely absolve them. Just go, listen, I'm going to have this child. You have no responsibility for it whatsoever at all. Okay? Now, you don't have to do that, but I'm just saying, if you got one of those weird, crazy people out there that doesn't want the child, it'll create a huge problem for you. And when you force somebody, here's the weird part about it. If there's a lot of people out there that if you force them to pay, that's when the anger happens. If you said, hey, whenever you can, if you want to send something in, go ahead, they probably send in more money that way because they would want to do it. And some of them would. Some just... here's the thing. If you said to the person, I'm going to take care of it, you have no responsibility whatsoever, whatever nickel they sent you is just a bonus. But do not have them be part of anything, because eventually they might even come back around and want to start making decisions and things like that. I would legally get them the hell out of there. I mean, we've covered probably, gosh, I don't know, I'd say 25, 30 murders for exactly the same thing. It's unbelievable. And no, that doesn't, it's not the woman's fault that the guy's like that. But at the same time, the weird part is if you say you don't have to do anything, all of a sudden they feel better, but then they've lost control a little bit. So then they might want to send money in just to make themselves feel like they're doing something. I don't know. But all I know is I think women are way stronger than a lot of people give them credit for in terms of they can handle any of this stuff. Okay, you can have a child, you can learn. If you're struggling, you could increase your skills and become something greater than you ever thought, and do whatever you want to do. People can do whatever they want to do. You just have to want to do it. There's so many people out there that just go, I don't know, man, it's just too hard. And then next thing you see, they're sitting around and they're not doing a damn thing, just sitting around at home, moping around. But if you want to do something, you just have to decide to go do it. It's that simple. I mean, it's like that with everything that you have a choice to do. You can do it if you really want to. If you don't achieve it, it's because you actually didn't really want to. Now, that, don't say, well, I wanted to be an astronaut. Great. Okay, well, that's not the same thing. You could be an astronaut, but it's very difficult. There's only a few people chosen out of, all the people that wanted to be one. But there's so many other things that everybody can go do, and I don't know. I just think if you're in a toxic relationship and you're pregnant, if you want to have the child, just get that guy out of your life completely and absolve them from any responsibility whatsoever, because it'll be an absolute nightmare for the 18 years, just for some money every month. Take care of the child on your own, figure out a way to do it, kick ass, and you'll feel absolutely awesome. Now, if it's a guy that's normal, somebody is like, oh yeah, I'll definitely take care of it, and they want to do that kind of stuff, then great, awesome. And it's not, and those are more common than the crazy ones. But if you have one that's toxic as hell already, yeah, man, you're just asking for an absolute nightmare. Yeah, that's right. That's what I said with my mom, Katie. Like, she raised 3 boys by herself for 4 years, from 72 to 77, something like that. Of course, what I just said on one of the social media sites out there will be twisted into some, oh my God, Gray hates women. Did you hear what he said? He said guys shouldn't have to pay anything. I didn't say that. Didn't say that at all. What I said was, there's certain guys out there, if you have a toxic relationship and they're forced to pay, it's always going to be a nightmare. So figure out a way to do it on your own. You can do it. Yeah, well, you got to get out, but if you become pregnant and you want the baby, then you got to completely get out. And that's the reality of it. So, yeah, they always just take a little soundbite from here and a soundbite from there and twist it into their own little desired meanings. It's really wild. Like the whole thing about the Murdaugh, when I said, who cares about the drug issue with Murdaugh? It's all bullcrap. He's just trying to, he might be addicted to something, but it has nothing to do with the $50,000 that's going missing. But they turn it into something else. Over here they get a lot out. Yeah, but I didn't say that, Zozo. So what you just said is exactly not what I'm talking about. Okay? Yeah, if they want something to do with it, sure, of course. And that means that they're not the same type of person. There's people out there that didn't want you to get pregnant, and they didn't even want to be in your life at all, and now they're forced to be in there for 18 years. That's going to turn into a absolute nightmare for both of them. Yeah, all right. And I actually think it should be done a little differently, too. I mean, it's weird how when the laws are, when a guy has to pay child support, he has to claim that as an expense. Like, as if you had let's say you had to pay $800 a month child support. Well, that's just like as if you owed $800 for a car payment. Does that seem fair, honestly? Isn't that $800 really just the money that person was supposed to have spent if they were together? So why shouldn't it just be, it's not counted as anything for debt? And then why does the woman get to count it as income when he sends them the $800? Right? So that shouldn't be that either. It should just be part of a pool of money that people get to... Yeah. I don't know what that means, Robin. Sorry. Is that too much, Monica, or too little? That seems like my dad only had to pay $100 a month for 3 kids, and he never paid it. My biological father. Yeah. Thanks, Katja T. All right. Well, what's next, everybody? I mean, this is absolutely crazy. You got to admit, like, it's absolutely nuts. This is like a one-of-a-kind type of a case where this guy makes a 6-hour live stream. Then he streams it as if he records it, and then he streams it as if he's live to cover the time that he was. And you can see he's kind of a larger guy, that, you know, easily consistent with the look of the guy in the surveillance footage. And then she gets stabbed to death. And he made a fake 6-hour live stream. You're not going to see that too often. Yeah, it's not very good. My stream replaying his stream looks better.
That's good.
But anyways. What does he do right at the end? Let's see.
Yes! Little bit. Fucking fantastic.
I wonder if they were able to figure out what day he recorded this on.
Good. Spoiler alert, not me.
I never heard what before, Terry.
Ah!
Oh, God.
Bye. But no, you wouldn't. Jesus, I fairly went through the alcohol tonight. I'll tell you that much. Look at the state of me. It's not good luck, is it? Anyway, I think I'll wrap up this stream with none of you watching at all. Just by saying, Merry Christmas, everyone.
With none of you watching at all? How do you... Well, what do you mean none of you watching at all? Well, there's people right here. That means you weren't even paying attention.
It's a time that...
He's almost admitting. That's funny.
As best you could.
That's pretty funny. He's admitting it's not a live stream.
What's that?
Dummy.
Ah, gotcha. The height of excellence and sophistication. This live stream is thy name. Right. I've got a little wires about me, so hang on a sec.
I don't remember that one, Mag. What happened in that one?
That just pops right in there. Okay. Well, my computer didn't die, so I said that's a good thing. And, Jesus, I fairly went through the alcohol tonight. I'll tell you that much. Look at the state of me. It's not good luck, is it? Anyway, I think I'll wrap up this stream with none of you watching at all. Just by saying, Merry Christmas, everyone. It's a time that we look forward to and we get excited about whenever we're young. And then as we get older, we get much more cynical and stuff like that. And then we reach a stage where we realize it's not about us anymore. It's about the younger generation, and it's about...
Well, you mean like your girlfriend that you killed and the baby that would have enjoyed a Christmas?
Keeping that love alive and passing it on. And
what a joke.
I think that's something I'm looking forward to doing.
With who?
More than anything else, really. But yes, for all of us, be we young, be we old.
What the hell's he talking about?
I think the important thing...
See, that's like an alibi. Why would I say that if I was going to go kill somebody?
Take away from it is to use it as a time, not for what we receive, but what we can give in terms of presents, in terms of love, in terms of sex. It's just been one of those nights, hasn't it? But yes, I think the message rings true that Christmas, it's not about the shopping, it's not about the lights and the tints and all that crap. It's literally just about
we already talked about it.
to enjoy spending time with the people that you love.
So hopefully I've done that tonight and given you a couple of hours of madness of me freaking out. So until next time, everyone, thank you for watching. Good night.
Play some crazy news outlet music. Yeah, it is pretty creepy. Well, you guys, I know we're like I said tonight, we're covering not the big cases, so we're not even to a notebook giveaway at this point. I know we're only 2 hours in, but what do you guys want to do? Because I was actually going to, do a call-in on this, but I don't know if everybody's interested in calling in on it. Did you read that he discovered her body? No, I didn't. So he pretended he went over there and found it? Well, there was a whole bunch more. I mean, I could actually... They look like they were on the same dates. So I didn't read them, but... Let's see, where is it? Let's try this one. Well, here's a timeline one I forgot to read. So Natalie McNally, latest a timeline of events of murdered pregnant woman stabbed to death. Yeah, that was on the 2nd also. So right here. December 19th, emergency services were called to Natalie's home at 10 p.m. Silverwood Green, Lurgan. Medics pronounced her dead at the scene, and a man in his 30s is arrested on suspicion of murder. CCTV footage, that's her boyfriend at the time. CCTV footage from the 18th of December, a day before she was found, has shown a man carrying a rucksack arriving onto her street at 20:52 or 8:52 and leaving at 9:30. The suspect is released, and police confirmed they're treating her death as suspicious despite not yet revealing the cause. December 20th, police confirm they are treating Miss McNally's death as a murder, as she suffered several stab wounds from some defensive. Let's see. The police also confirmed Natalie was 15 weeks pregnant. Almost 4 months. A second suspect, a 32-year-old man, is arrested. December 22nd, police released CCTV footage of the man with a rucksack, and the second suspect is released on bail. December 26th, family and friends gathered for Natalie's funeral near her family home in Craigavon, I guess. She had a humanist ceremony at her parents' home. Several hundred members of the public also gathered to see her coffin as they showed the family their support. Her brother speaks out, expressing his grief and calling for an end to violence against women and girls. And that's why we donate to RAIN, and the way we do that is when you guys support the channel, I donate over 50% of my net revenue to charity, and becoming a channel member like Robin right there also helps do that. Let's see. Several hundred members of the public also gathered to see the coffin. Her brother speaks out. January 3rd, a vigil in memory of Natalie was held outside her home in Lurgan, where they released pink and blue balloons. Her family described her as an absolute angel, and her brother Will said, "All the messages of support we've received from friends and family have been so comforting for the family and myself personally. The best, you couldn't ask for a better sister than Natalie, always there for you. If you wanted her to, if you wanted her, you could always text her. She very much loved her family, loved her pets, her animals, her cats, her dogs. I was so proud of her activism, LGBT rights and women's rights. She was an absolute angel. I couldn't have wished for a better sister." Then on the 5th, police retrieved the weapon used to murder Natalie from her home and say they believe the suspect is unlikely to be a threat to other women. Right. So it was targeted. They stated that they believe Natalie knew her murderer enough to let him into her home, and this was a targeted attack. There you go. A silent vigil is held for her in Stormont. Let's see. Police announced they have made a third arrest, a 46-year-old man who was detained in South Belfast. That's a different person. This happened after they seized a car just days before. January 14th, the man... you can make arrests in... It seems like in the UK and those countries a lot easier. But you have to let him go a lot easier, too. They just make arrests really quick to start asking questions, and then they go, oh, okay, you're fine. Thanks, Jim Lawn. Kissing a lot of Blarney Stones in prison. Yeah. And it says, the man is also released on bail pending further inquiries the next day. Police launch a fresh appeal for information and witnesses over 4 weeks after the murder. Detective Chief Inspector Neil McGuinness said, we have carried out an extensive investigation in which we've already carried out hundreds of house-to-house inquiries and seized over 4,000 hours of CCTV footage. We previously released CCTV footage, and our efforts to identify the man in this footage remain ongoing. January 31st, a man 32, which is the boyfriend, was arrested on suspicion of Natalie's murder. The same suspect who was obtained by police the day after her murder and released. See, that's exactly what I thought. With no further plans to investigate. A police spokesperson said detective investigating the murder of Natalie McNally in Lurgan on December 18, 2022, have today, January 31st, arrested 32-year-old man in Lisburn area. He was previously arrested on December 19th. He has been taken to Musgrave Serious Crime Suite, where he is currently being questioned by detectives. February 2nd, the suspect was officially been charged with their murder and will attend the Lisburn Magistrates Court on Thursday. Yeah, but it's so easy for them to make arrests over there. It's totally different. They can just make an arrest, ask questions, and then, okay, yeah, see you later. Well, of course it's him in the CCTV footage. I mean, what do you mean? Yeah. That's not even a question. It's just, it is what it is. That's him right there. He told the judge that while Mr. McCullagh denies involvement in Miss McNally's murder, he conceded in police interview that the purported live stream was pre-recorded. The court also heard that police believe they can trace the defendant from the murder scene back to his home in Lisburn. This is through a combination of CCTV evidence, including on board a bus to Lurgan, and from the account of a taxi driver who police believe drove him on the final part of his journey home after the murder. The court also heard that the man police believe is Mr. McCullagh is shown wearing a yellow glove underneath a black glove while giving change to the bus driver. Detective Inspector McGuinness said the yellow glove would be consistent with a trace of marigold cleaning glove in a strain of Miss McNally's blood at the crime scene. Wow, that's weird. He added that Mr. McCullagh acknowledged he was not live streaming, but he said he was drinking on his own in his house and fell asleep. Okay. Yeah, but you uploaded a 6-hour stream right during the crime. I see. Yeah, I believe you, man. I believe you. When making a bail application, a defense lawyer challenged the basis on which the police have connected the defendant to the charge. Essentially, what the evidence seems to all hang on is that the man did not live stream when he said he live streamed. No, not really. Not really. They have him on CCTV footage on the bus and everything. The judge said it was one of the most complex cases he had come across. Mr. McCullagh was remanded in custody and is due to appear in court again on February 24th. I don't know. I'm not questioning the case, Miranda. Are you? This is the guy. There's no doubt about it. All right. You guys want to do a rousing round? Maybe that'll help the super chats on newspapers.com for an hour. I don't have any more to offer on that one. To me, the guy did it. I just think it's absolutely bizarre that he did the literally recorded a 6-hour live stream, pretending the whole time that there's people watching him, so that he could stream it live while he's out there committing the murders. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. What the heck? Is that quietly frozen? No, wait, that's my wife. Never mind. Quietly Frozen. The coolest name in YouTube history. Well, we're still going to play the newspapers.com. It's been a while on that one. Okay, now this isn't... Hold on. I'm putting her in the system. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much there, Quietly Frozen. I think something's going to pop up on the screen. I'm not sure which one it is. Let's see. I might have done something different. I can't remember now. Let's see. No, it's the same one. Yes. Thanks, everybody. 50 people doing 2 equals the same. All right, so when we do this newspapers.com, what we're looking for is maybe something that I could cover at some point. That's not a super chat, Zozo. Yeah, so when you you send it in, you come up with a question like, well, it's a phrase that it might show up in an article. Thanks, Quietly Frozen. That was very nice. So it'd be a phrase that might be in an article or something. Yeah, like that one right there. Buried alive. Buried alive. Okay, let's see. That's probably going to be more like construction, stuff like that. Yeah, Zozo just kind of types in anything that pops into her head instead of try to formulate it. So let's see. So Plato, it's buried alive, and then over here for the location, Arizona. Let's see what pops up. Yeah, it's always something like that. Yeah, every time. Well, she didn't say Texas, she said Arizona. Well, here's one. That's just about the fear of being buried alive. And then there's TV shows called Buried Alive. How about, like, we'll come up with something like... yeah. Might be a really short game. Because that's it. Yeah, I don't see anything in there. Let me get rid of Arizona in here. Oh, it's BU, sorry. I spelled that wrong. That might have had a problem. Grand jury to probe charges of Kentucky. Wow, let's see this one. This is one from 1930. Oh, there you go. Okay. I'll get that one in a minute. Let's see. Grand jury to probe charges of Kentucky woman buried alive. Sisters appear before judge and declare aged woman was not embalmed and moisture wiped from face during funeral services. Huh? The announcement came after two sisters who formerly employed Mrs. Vickers appeared before the judge and testified that in their opinion the woman was buried while still living, and said that moisture had been wiped from the woman's face twice during the funeral services. What the hell? They said Miss Vickers was a subject of fainting spells and that she would lie in a coma for some time. They also understood she was buried without being embalmed and without the services of an undertaker. Well, that sounds pretty nefarious right there. I have to be honest with you. Alright, Billy Giuliana said, missing person's bike found Kansas. We'll identify a man's body found near Upland. There's no bike in that article there. I don't know. Missing person's bike. How about just get rid of that? No. Sorry, Billy Giuliana. Well, thanks for playing. You don't stink at it. Green Bay woman. Okay, but we're not doing it where you're trying to find a case that you already know about. Okay, that's not how we do it. It's just randomly wondering.
Murdered by snakes.
Alright, that wasn't it.
Found in abandoned gold mine.
Well, here's one from 1991. Oh, these are Dahmer. See, that's what you were trying to find the Dahmer cases. Yeah, we're not. We're looking for ones that are. It's just random. Let's see. So then we got Cindy J said body found with bite marks on the neck. Let's see if that shows up anywhere. You mean like vampire Cindy? Is that what you're going for here? All right, I'm gonna do that one. Full country. Investigation was stalled for 4 years, but was reopened after investigators exhumed her body and found evidence of bite marks on Brown's neck. Madison County State Attorney Don Weber has said he plans to call New York forensic scientists during the trial to testify that bite marks found on Brown's neck are consistent with dental impressions taken from Prenti. So it says the trial of an East Altman man charged with murder in 1978, strangulation of Wood River woman will not be moved unless it's impossible to pick a local jury. Prenti was arrested and charged last June of the murder of 22-year-old Carla Brown. The investigation was stalled for 4 years, but was reopened after investigators exhumed her body and found evidence of bite marks. Okay, there you go. Well, there you go, Cindy. You actually had one that wasn't even a vampire. Skin from the neck, and the marks on the skin were caused by a bite. The general shape of the bites. What's this story? The Leicester murder trial. That's another one. Got a lot of those, Cindy. Murder by snakes. Wow, is that a thing? American Indians kill Hawaiians. This is 1928. 3 Hawaiians were killed by snake... Oh, Indians. Oh, never mind.
Head found, body missing.
7 canary birds murdered by snake. How does a snake can't murder a bird? Okay. Can we let's be honest there. Do you really think a snake could murder a bird, or is that just? Well, if it kills it, Gray, what if it was a pet? Did you hear, Gray? He was making fun of people who own birds. He said, how could a snake kill a bird? Well, let me tell you something. I have a parakeet that I've had for 20 years. And if a snake killed that parakeet, I would think it was murder. That bastard Gray. How could anybody like Gray on that channel? Oh, God, he's such a horrible person. Wow, when will those people wake up? When will they wake up? Yeah. I mean, that's literally how it goes, you guys. That's how it goes. It's really frightening. Let's see. One by one, they are murdered by snakes. Is this something else? Essence of frogs somehow. I don't know. That's gonna be tough. Maybe it's like a different wording might have worked. All right. So where was this? I have to go back up there. We were up here. Oh yeah. Then it was Jeff. So that was Adniram, with murdered by snakes. Do you know of a case of that, or? Then Jeff said, found in abandoned gold mine. What was? You mean gold? Jeff is found in abandoned gold mine. You probably mean body, right? Well, gold was found in an abandoned gold mine. Let's see. Her divorced husband. The body was found in an abandoned gold mine. What the hell? Miss James G. Kennett, Sr. of Chicago. Is that this guy? Or that's supplied California police with clues leading to the identification of a man slain at Auburn, California as her divorced husband. The body was found in an abandoned gold mine. Well, there you go. That one showed up. How about this one? Woman body in mine shaft. Disappearance of a woman last October 21st has been solved with the identification of a body found in an abandoned gold mine shaft a month ago. This is 1946. Whiteman said Mrs. Mac Owens, pastor of the Pentecostal Church, and her daughter, Mrs. Winifred Alt, had identified the body as Miss Ruth Knight, 42. Whiteman said Mrs. Owens told Mrs. Knight and her husband, Louis Knight, a steam shovel operator, visiting with her in a Marysville auto camp, and said she had married Knight 2 days after meeting him in Silver City. She was a former Miss Ruth Rhodes, mother of 3 children. Wow. So she was dumped in a mine shaft. There you go. Look at that, Jeff. Actually had some. I'm way behind the chat, by the way, because I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything. So Cindy Lean said, murdered while playing murder mystery game. All right, let's see. Here we go. No, wait, that didn't go in there. Is that a real thing? Has that happened somewhere? Or? I don't think so. Let me do it like this. I'm going to put exact quote, and then if it doesn't, I have to move on to a different one. Ooh, jeez.
Love hearing Ray laugh.
No. Sorry about that. Cindy Leon. That'd be a tough one. And then Nomad Beads. Head found, body missing. So those are ones that you often can find a cold case that nobody's ever talked about. Ones like that. That's perfectly the way you play it there, Nomad Beads. Let's see. Sailor denies... Hey, this almost matched yours, Mag. Sailor denies killing wife. Head found, body missing. A young sailor arrested. This is 1954. Arrested after two hunters found his wife's head. Steadfastly denied a murder charge today while police tried to find the rest of the body. The decomposed head, identified as part of the body of Mrs. Eugene D. Haas, 30, was in the field near here along with a .22 caliber rifle. The search... Okay, so what year is this? Is in Louisiana, 1954. And her name is, let's see, Mrs. Eugene D. Haas. Okay, this is in Louisiana again. Oh wow. Don't tell me that's the head. Don't tell me that's the head inside that thing there. Eugene D. Haas Wright, 25, Frazee, Minnesota, was led to a cell in Memphis, Tennessee. Okay, maybe. Shortly after being charged with the murder of his wife, whose head was found in a field near Memphis Naval Air Force Station.
Body found in stormwater drain.
Head of missing Navy wife found in a field. Husband held. Well, okay, so what date is that one? That's November 30th, 1954. Let's go to December 1954. And then you can see if her name pops up in there. Let me go like this. I'm going to get rid of the D in there. I'm sure that's not a really common name whatsoever. Alright, so what happens here? Mrs. Haas, November 30th, 25-year-old sailor arrested after two hunters found his wife's head, denied a murder. So, okay, we got that. Let's see. Let me go all the way over to the 29th. I thought it was in Louisiana, right? Father promises... No, it's a Frazee, Minnesota man Thursday pledged to back all the way his sailor's son who was pleaded innocent to a murder charge. Eugene D. Haas, 26, petty officer, first class at the Memphis Naval Air Station. Mrs. Haas, 30, was reported missing by her husband October 26. Haas entered his plea Wednesday. Okay. So that's on the 3rd. 6th. I just want to see what happened. Don't you guys want to figure out what the hell happened? I do. And then I got Mags is coming up next. There's one on the 6th. Haas discloses he took test. Eugene D. Haas, 25, a sailor. So that's his name, right? Disclosed through his lawyer that he voluntarily submitted to a truth serum test. His wife's skull was found November 28th, and the body has not yet been found. However, Haas, who is Shelby County Jail, told law enforcement Gwynn today that he took the test November 18th. Alright.
Voodoo ceremony death.
Slaying suspect to Miss Holiday with family. Okay, so now we're into late December. Now we're gonna have to go to 1955, and they have one in January. Let's see, February. Wow, this must be when there's a trial or something. Let's go to 7 here. The state indicated Monday it would seek the death penalty for sailor Eugene D. Haas, 26, accused of killing his ailing 84-pound wife. Jeez. Alright, so now we can go all the way to here. I mean, I'm sure it's sort of an interesting trial, but let's see. 2 blondes testified yesterday afternoon for Eugene D. Haas on trial on a charge of murdering his wife. Picture here to the left. So that's her. To the right. Man, isn't that amazing, you guys? All the stuff that if you just keep digging around, like it just goes on and on and on and on. You could make it a really interesting, 1 episode podcast probably on something like that, right? And don't worry, I still see all the rest of you up there. I'm just got sidetracked on this one for a little bit. Let me get through on the 20. Let's go to the 28th and see what happens. Eugene Diaz, 26-year-old soldier, dramatically breaks down with emotion and hugs his father after all-male jury in Memphis, Tennessee returned a verdict of innocent in the murder trial. Haas was charged with the killing of his wife, Murdaugh, 30. Wow, that's weird. Huh. So he was found innocent. So this is one that doesn't have an answer. Weird, huh? Haas receives orders. Eugene D. Haas, 26, Naval Air Station sailor, who was recently cleared on charge of murdering his wife, Murdaugh, has received orders for assignment to Guam. Before leaving, the sailor sought Tuesday to talk with Gerard Rosenthal, convicted of murdering a fellow airman in Memphis hotel in Rosenthal County jail cell. The pair knew each other when both were confined in the jail. Alright, I'm just gonna go as far until they don't have his name anymore. The skull without. Man, I gotta. I'm just gonna store this one. This is crazy all of a sudden. Yeah, this got really crazy really fast. I might have to do a show on that one. I don't know what this one is. This is crazy. Yeah, it could have just been that they didn't want to charge him because it was mercy killing, and they were like, all the men might have thought I would have done the same thing or something. But would you really? But let me ask you this: would you cut somebody's head off and have it not be with the body, though? I mean, that doesn't sound normal. I mean, if it was a mercy killing, wouldn't it just be right there, open to everybody to see? All right, now I'm doing. So that was a good one there, Nomad Beats. That was a good one. Let's see. And then Mag had one. Floating boat found empty and bloody. All right, let's see. I'm going to put the quotes on both sides. Got to get rid of the date and everything here. Nope. Let's see. How about like bloody boat found? Something like that. Missing boater. Let's see. Officials continue to search for a body in connection with a bloody boat found empty. So there you go. And anchored with the motor running some 13 miles east of San Luis Pass Thursday. This is in 1955 in Texas. The boat, which was found with blood and brain matter splattered on the windshield, spurred an investigation by the Coast Guard and then the FBI and Sheriff's Office. FBI Special Agent Jim Conway confirmed that keys and a driver's license found in the glove compartment of the boat belonged to Carr. The excessive amount of blood and body matter led Coast Guard investigators to believe someone had been shot, according to a report. Well, there you go. Isn't that amazing that that actually had one? Let's see what this one. This same one. The mysterious bloody boat found in the river at New York is explained by the fact that it is on the 19th. 3 arbor thieves boarded a vessel in it and were shot by the captain and dreadfully wounded. Well, there you go. I wasn't expecting to find one on that one. I don't know what that one. Must have been a troll. Was that a troll one up there? I missed that one. Nikki Zubs. I sent you an email of a cold case near me from 1989. Okay. We'll check it out later. I usually put them in a folder over there. You like hearing me laugh? Alright, Cindy. That's better than crying, right? Most cold cases that people find I've already covered before. But there's still, obviously there's thousands of them out there that I haven't. Hold on. Yeah, why are we shouting out Auburn, California, Benny? What does that even mean? Let's see, got that one, and then Plato, body found in storm water drain. I would just say storm drain. I don't think they say storm water drain, right? And storm drain. Kind of redundant, right? Everyone knows the storm drain is for water, so if you put water, it's not going to show up in an article. Now watch, first one. It says, watch, it'll say storm water drain. But no, right there. Body found in storm drain. A 33-year-old former, this is 1985, Kansas City, Kansas resident was found dead Sunday morning in a storm drain near the Los Angeles River. He was an Air Force veteran of the Vietnam War. He was born in Kansas City and lived in Kansas City, Kansas, before he moved to Los Angeles. I wonder if that was from a flood in that one. This one Probably not. Let's see. The body of a 12-year-old Justine Cretella was found Sunday inside a storm drain pipe where she apparently had fallen over the weekend during heavy rains. So I guess that one is. Police theorize the girl had been playing along a creek bank Saturday and slipped. Her parents reported her missing late Saturday and police began searching the creek bank Sunday. Yeah, most of these are, the accident. What's this one, though? The victim apparently drowned trying to recover his car keys. Ew. Nope. Well, there was a whole bunch of them, but they're all just flooding type accidents. Plato. And then Cadillac. No guesses. Alright, well. That one that Mag put in was pretty crazy, right? I mean, I had to... Voodoo ceremony death. I don't know, that doesn't look too good. We can try it, though. Wait, where is that one? I think the next one is... Wait, where is that? I missed it. Oh, way up there. Okay. Voodoo ceremony death. Captain of Voodoo voyage guilty of smuggling aliens. What? 2 Haitians described as co-captains on an ocean voyage marked by voodoo ceremonies and deaths were convicted in federal court here Wednesday of conspiracy and alien smuggling. Voodoo ship co-captains convicted of smuggling. Same one. On December 1982, federal court jury convicted. That's the same story.
Woman disappears from job site.
Well, there you go. It was all. You almost got something in there. It wasn't bad. I'm kind of surprised there was any, but. Well. And then Lisa Valenzuela, body found on movie set. Body is found on movie set. Wow, they're just popped right up there. On a Warner Brothers movie set, representing a scene in New York Central Park, wealthy Hayburn R. Pip, 37-year-old New Yorker, was found shot to death early today. Pip, a studio visitor last Friday and missing ever since, died of a bullet fired into his head. Burbank police pressed into the case after a studio workman found the body on the set this morning. Questioned a studio physician, Dr. Paul M. McWilliams. This is like right out of one of those TV shows. Yeah. I believe Pip is the man who came to my office last Friday with a friend of mine, Charles McQuarrie of San Fernando. While McQuarrie and I talked about personal matters, Pip wandered off. McQuarrie later looked for him around the lot but couldn't find him. So he went home thinking Pip had walked away from the studio. In a report to the coroner's office, Lieutenant C.T. Hartmeyer of the Burbank Police expressed the belief that the Easterner had committed suicide. Well, did he find the gun sitting next to him? Well, there was one. Alright, you guys. Well, that was a rousing game there. That was... Let's see. What was it? You made a gas. Is that a polite way of saying you busted your ass? Oh, jeez. You're scared to ask me what, Lisa? I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, at Ray, not Gray. Never mind. Too much random people. Alright, so anyways, you guys, that's going to do it. I'm going to make it a shorter night. I've had too many long ones here, so... we quit playing the newspaper.com game, and that's it. So maybe we'll do the... Oh, you want a notebook? Let's see. I already have 4 notebooks, but I don't have one with the red stripe on it, so... Yeah, Not Your Average Chick wants the red notebook. Alright. So I think that's the right address, right? In your... On PayPal there, right? Okay. Got it. I'm kind of looking forward to putting these all together. Thank you. Ah. Well, thank you so much, Mag. I appreciate it on there. On PayPal as well. Or maybe we can hang out and just shoot the crap for a while. Hopefully you guys found the couple of stuff we were talking about earlier interesting. The Debbie Collier, crazy, nothing really in there. The wacko, psychic in the Bulley case. Then that wild... Then there's then the case that has no information that you guys can see if you can find something on, and then the last one that we discussed with the crazy 6-hour video created as a ruse to fake an alibi. And then I'm going to keep looking into that case that we just talked about the lady with the head that was missing. That one just kept going on and on. There was more to go there. I think so, Benny. I think they're gonna make a run. They have some injuries going on now, but I think they're maybe about ready to all come back. It'd be cool if we just had all of our starting lineup together at the same time. Nurkic, Winslow, Dame. Yeah, Simons is now out for probably a month. He's really badly sprained his ankle. But, it gives some time to... We have this young rookie that's 18 years old who's absolutely insane. The dunks that he can do and his shooting. I mean, he's really good. He's a good player, He's only 18 or 19. He's only been playing basketball he's from Canada. He's only been playing for like 4 or 5 years. The guy is freaking incredible. Yeah. It's shocking how terrible humans treat each other. It is crazy, right? Mama 457 runs. Lots of monsters out there. There's more monsters than the average person thinks, and less than true crime people think. But there are certainly way more than just random people who don't follow true crime think. They think it's just sort of this blissful place and nothing really, a few things here and there, but don't worry about it. No, there's a lot of psychos out there. I mean, just read those people on Reddit. I mean, those guys are absolute nut jobs. I mean, unbelievable. Who knows what they do on the side? Let's see. My daughter broke her finger playing basketball tonight. Oh, that sucks. You should have seen Damian Lillard last night in the All-Star game. He started off terrible shooting the three-pointer, but in the second half, he made this three-pointer where he was 2 feet behind half court and just pulled up like it was a jumper, and it just buried it. And everybody was just looking around at him, and the other team's players were like, I mean, they're just all in shock because it was so easy for him. Yeah, I wouldn't, it's people go there, people that don't like me go there and they get all excited about it because, it just is what it is. Just absolute trash people who invent a narrative that they want to sell, and they all just, it's like stalking. I think they should all be, it literally is exactly like stalking somebody. That's what they do. It's disturbing. Yeah, Shaden Sharp. Yeah. Yeah, well, you have to become a channel member, Benny. Yeah, that's how you get past that. No, it's incredible. It makes me feel bad that there's people that hateful out there and completely misrepresent what we're doing here. Yes, everybody knows on here that on a nightly basis I try to push for the super chats. I mean, if people don't have super chats, then you don't have to send any super chats. But I do it to help support my channel and allow us to keep doing, like me actually, like it allows me to keep being able to donate a crazy amount of money, and then it allows me to do, make money for my channel too, and it's just, it is what it is. If you don't ask, it's like if you're a salesperson and you don't mention like, hey everybody, would you like to, nobody's going to buy anything. Well, you can send me a link to it, Not Your Average Chick, because then I can look it up, and I've only got another 15 minutes. If there's a ton of links, then it might take too long. What's it about? Thank you, Robin Witt Collins. Yeah. Maybe you can send me a link so I can look at it. What kind of a case is it? Not Your Average Chick. No, it should be. That's all they do is defame over there. That should be illegal. Reddit doesn't care, though. They are absolute just... I mean, this is how sick it is. They create these fake bot names and then donate on other channels hating against me. So, I mean, you know what I should do is take credit for those donations, because they wouldn't be happening other than that they hate me so much that they donate with a name that's disparaging to me. And then they also, try to, hey, great, we're going to try to one-up you, and get a hold of Identifinders International. And they donated money to the Daniel Armentrout Fund. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that the hate that you have for me, even though you made a hate donation, was generated by me to help support Identifinders. I should almost add that to my list of funds, because they wouldn't have done it. So... Let's see, 1981. I mean, don't you think I should? I should add the money that they sent in to my total, because they wouldn't have done it. They only did it out of hate, so that they could go, look, we're sending it in. Tell Gray, though. They made sure that they told me that they did that. She goes, yeah, we'll send the money in, but you just got to make sure to tell Gray that we sent it, okay? I mean, how stalkerish can you get? I mean, that's just... If you can't look in the mirror and just realize how sick and disgusting that is, then there's something wrong with you, right? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's... And Reddit doesn't give a shit either. They don't care. They could drive somebody to kill themselves and they wouldn't give a damn. They really don't give a shit at all. Yeah, it's like GHI defectors, they call it, right? Go ahead. You know what? I'm proud that you're donating on behalf of me. Okay? You're even though it's weird that you're hate donating, but at the same time, I'm going to take credit for it. It's awesome. Hell, I'll even write it off on my taxes. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Did you hear, Gray? He said he'd write off our donations on his taxes. I can't believe it. Teacher at a high school. She was almost murdered, but... Oh. Well, send it to me. I'll cover it. And then you have to call in, though, not your average chick, and, be talking about it once we've gone over it. Didn't I look at that one time? Didn't you tell me about that? Or something? That sort of sounds familiar for some reason. And then Nikki Zubs, I'm putting yours in the case ideas folder. No, I feel fine. I mean, I'm talking about them like I talk about psychics and garbage people. I'm absolutely, I hold my head high when I go to sleep at night. I don't ever go like, oh God, I mean, I don't like it when I make somebody feel bad or some shit like that, But I feel really proud about what my channel does overall. I think we, as the Grant Hughes Investigates YouTube channel, make the biggest difference of any channel in the true crime community as a real difference. People can say, oh, wow, I make these videos and everybody likes them. Yeah, that's not really, you're not doing anything, right? If you're, we have given tens of thousands of dollars to RAIN, Violence Against Women, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and Texas EquiSearch. EquiSearch give them quite a bit of money to the Libyan Abbey Ballpark. I think like $3,000 total to the Innocence Project. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And then, last but not least, our DNA fund, which is absolutely incredible. I mean, our DNA fund is like, we've put $50,000 into that, solved 3 cases so far with 4 in the books, waiting to get solved. And if that isn't like making a difference, I don't know what is, so it's, there might be other channels that you find more entertaining and more interesting, the way they, trick you with the information that they're telling you about, like, ooh, what about this? What about this? But, I just am who I am, and I'm glad that all of you freaks support what I do, and you guys are the reason that I'm able to do it. That's it. I mean, that is the answer. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. So I appreciate all of you for your support on a nightly basis, and all the channel members, and just everything that we're doing. That's right, Jeff. That's right. It's embarrassing, actually, just the way they think over there. There's a few reasonable people, but the rest of them just, it doesn't matter. You could say, wow, I saw this beautiful deer in the woods. It reminded me of Bambi, and there was this rabbit running next to it. And they would come up with some disgusting way how that was some really shitty thing, and it wouldn't matter. It doesn't matter what you talk about. It's just always bad. And it's funny because they do exactly what they claim I do. It's just biggest hypocrites you've ever seen in your life. It is weird. Sometimes I read them, I just go, I don't read them any. What I've done is blocked every single one of them, so I can't even be tempted to read them. But when I read them a while back, I was just thinking, How can people actually think those things? It's almost like a scorned person who sees things through a, like a lens of hate. They had to limit who could come into the hospital because strangers were trying to visit. Then a guy got caught trying to climb up the balcony off of her room. Said he just wanted to talk to her. Was it ever solved, the case? Not your average chick? Well, send me an email. You haven't sent me an email. I'm looking at my email. I don't see the email. So send me the name and, where to look, what city and that kind of thing. All right? You don't need to send me any links or anything. Just send me the... Yeah, just send it to me. The name and the city, that kind of thing. My thoughts go out to you and those affected by the disturbing sad event. Huh? I don't even know who said that. I can't find them. Yeah, I kind of remember that, but just send it to me again. That'd be a kind of a cool one on a true crime call-in type night, but I do that one first, and then you call in and talk about it. Something like that. Oh. Well, are you going to send me the email? Not your average chick? At some point? I mean, if you find the old one, you can just forward it. But anyways, thank you to the Mike D Experience, Mama 457 Rose, Caligal 3, Shelly Ann, Quietly Frozen, the coolest name in YouTube history. Angela Gallagher, that was a cat eye, by the way. And Scoutin' Dude, Renee H. Angela Gallagher, new member. Renee H, new member. Ashy Snow, K-Me, Christy, Cindy Leon, Simple Life Days, Melissa Sow, Cadillac, LM, Mama 457 Rose, Caligal 3, Wendy Johnson, Amber Maiden, LM, Cindy J, Quietly Frozen, Simple Life Days, Nikki Zubs, Ashy Snow, Melanie, Tamara, not today, but Tamara, Melissa South, Cadillac, Donna, Nikki Zubs, Katja T, Robin Witt, a new member, Jim Lawn, and then Quietly Frozen with a double cat eye. The coolest name in YouTube history. Plato, Billy Juliana, let's see, Melanie, Cindy J, Adniram, and good, that was one of our better newspaper.com word usage, whatever you want to call it, that we've had. Adniram, Jeff, Cindy Leon, Nomad Beads, Mag, then it was Nikki Zubs, The Troll Shall Be Not Named, let's see, Cindy Leon, Plato, Cadillac, Plato, Lisa Valenzuela, Amber Maiden. Hope I got everybody. Woman disappears. Wait, that wasn't what I did though. Woman disappears from job site. Here, I gotta do that one. Hey, if you do it, I gotta do it. Here we go. So you're still out there, right, Amber? Woman disappears from job site. Let's see, what do we come up with on that one? No, I think I meant... I just didn't see it. I scrolled through them and I must have... No, wait, from job site. Actually, you don't need that in there. Well, it's going on now because I I wanted to try. Huh. Let's see. There it is. 1971, Clovis, New Mexico. Gloria Sue Nix Green was abducted from her office June 17th so suddenly she left her shoes under her desk. Police said Thursday they still have not found a clue to her whereabouts. The 26-year-old divorcee's boss has put up a $1,000 reward, but the only response so far have been a few crackpot telephone calls. Mrs. Green was the 5th woman to disappear in the Odessa area during the last 2 years. The other 4 were later found dead. Wow. All of a sudden, hey, got an interesting one right at the end there. Let's see. Miss Mitchell was snatched from her Kermit home last September. Miss Green, the mother of a 6-year-old son. Yeah, this is this one. Worked for the O&L Oil Service. Johnny Meadows, 34, is still a suspect in the Green case. So this is Gloria Sue Nix Green. Let's see. Gloria Sue. July 11th, 1971. 1971. Not Green. Dead woman, not Sue Green. Ah, jeez. Sheriff's deputies were on Wednesday identified a body found Tuesday as that of a 24-year-old mother. Oh, they found a body who disappeared June 25th. The body was found in a pasture, but it wasn't her. Okay. So at this point, she's missing. So this is July. July 1971. How about 18? So it's been a month since she went missing. How about the 28th? th 19. Nixon. Mystic deadline looming Saturday. Dallas Mystic, who said the body of Mrs. Gloria Sue Nix will be found by Saturday, reports no new revelations. You hear that, psychics? You suck. I think I just saw a cluster where she'll probably be found. Rains prompt search shift to new areas. The weekend rains have prompted Sheriff AM to begin checking water crossing on creeks in his search for Miss Gloria Sue Nix Green. But then when I was looking here, see how there's a few in a row? So now I'm wondering if they found her here. Although officers see no connection with the girl's death and the disappearance of Gloria Sue Nix, Okay, well, she's still just missing now. So now we go to September 2nd. Spirits fail to find bodies here. Oh, God. Oh, my God. They're using spirit boxes, you guys. Thank you, Cadillac. I hadn't finished. Let me thank everybody else on there. So it was Amber Maiden, Robin Witt Collins, Mama 457 Rose, and then Cadillac. All right. Here, I'm just trying to find some sort of a resolution here. So her extrasensory powers told her that Miss Gloria Sue Nix is dead. These people suck. October 11th. Information about another Odessa woman who disappeared at an analysis. Okay. A serious list appeared from a Kermit Highway office several months ago. Isn't that crazy? She's sitting at work with her shoes off and gets abducted right out of her office. And her shoes are still sitting there. November 30th. Let's see. Yep, still a mystery. Nothing. December. Mother keeps faith despite lapse of time. So, still missing. 26th of December. Day after Christmas. Earlier Odessa area has been unnerved by a series of slayings. Officers in Odessa still are searching for Mrs. Gloria Sue Nix Green. So that's 1971. Then we go to 1972. And wow. Let's go all the way to December here. What are they saying here? It's under indictment for murders of 2 Odessa women, Linda Ann Koget, Ruth Ann. He pleaded guilty in Fort Worth a few months ago to the murder of Gloria Sue Nix. So he's a serial killer. Jesus. So when was she found? Johnny Meadows, 34, indicted in January by Ector County Grand Jury for murder in connection with the death of Mrs. Gloria Sue Nix Green. So that was April, let's see, February maybe? Is she still missing? Charge, okay, so it's January, I think. Yeah, so right around in January, late January, perhaps. There it is. Hector, a former something county oilfield worker was indicted Tuesday by Ector County Grand Jury in Odessa on charges of murder with malice in the strangulation death of Mrs. Gloria Sue Nix Green. Johnny Meadows, 34, a worker in the Midland Odessa oil fields, is charged in the strangulation death of Mrs. Green, who disappeared June 17th from her Odessa office. Her skeleton was found last week in a field under a mattress near a football stadium in Odessa. Electrical cord was found tied around her hands, feet, and neck. A justice of the peace ruled strangulation in Mrs. Green's death. Ector County District Attorney John Green said he probably would seek a change of venue in the trial. Wow, that's crazy as hell right there. So that was the 26th, and it was last week, so right around the 20th here. Grisly scene. As the sun slowly began illuminating the grisly scene in the litter-strewn ravine, lights started coming on in the nearby homes as people began going about the business of their everyday, eventful lives, unaware of the horrifying drama coming to a close so near them. Dogs began barking in the nearby city, dog pound, etc. As the newsmen and deputies stood shivering in the pre-dawn cold and watched the bones being lifted from the cold, damp ground onto a slab of plywood, it became all too apparent that a subject of so much conjecture had become a reality. There, under an old abandoned mattress, lay the remains of a body believed to be Mrs. Gloria Sue Nix Green. She had probably been there all along, since shortly after her disappearance on June 17th. Sheriff deputies think they must have come close to the spot in their many searches. City police say they probably come within 100 feet of where she was found. In a massive hunt that involved many lawmen and volunteers, and which covered an area within a 15-mile radius of Odessa, no clues were ever found in the fruitless searches. Well, let me see what's on the next page here. The little girl who disappeared from her home at 9:06. Oh, that was a different case. That's always crazy when you get these cases just right at, that was kind of random right at the end. Yeah, that one was really written like a story being told. I don't know where. There it is right there. Later in the abandoned pit less than 100 feet from her home, no suspects have yet been arrested in that case. The 7 months since Mrs. Green's disappearance has been crowded with many questions. Was Gloria Sue Green still alive? Was she close by town or far away? Her distraught mother traveled to Lovington, New Mexico to talk to prophetess. Oh, jeez. God, these people. Forget the prophetess. Yeah, the 70s were pretty big on that stuff. Let's see, 1973. There's got to be something in here, like a trial. What's it say right here? Was convicted of murdering. Okay, so this guy, charges against Meadows dropped. So what was this? Green said that without Meadows' admission that he was a killer, he had no cases. The cases were moved to Dallas. Meadows was convicted of murdering Gloria Sue Green. So this guy's a serial killer, this Meadows guy here. And he was convicted of hers from an oil company office and sentenced to life in prison. He now is appealing that sentence. In April, Meadows claimed that he was branded in the something county jail by officers seeking confessions. I don't know. It's hard to read it, so small writing. Alright. So that's 1973. How about 74? August 30th. I just want to see what the final disposition was here. Jim Lacey of Midland, the girl's uncle, was trying to contact and helped in the disappearance of Gloria. It's just, okay, another psychic story. A former Ector County resident, Meadows, confessed to killing Odessa Gloria Sue Nix Green on June 17, 1971. Entered a guilty plea in Fort Worth after a change of venue and was sentenced to life in prison. Civil rights suit remanded by court. I wonder if this guy got out. Let me. I'm just gonna do a Google on that one really quick. Well, there's the find a grave. Oh, that's the, hey, that's a Texas Archives. Isn't that crazy? Look at this old footage of them looking for her right there. Is that wild or what? Search for murder victims.
Gloria Sue Nix Green. The search party today included off-duty Odessa policemen, off-duty sheriff's deputies,
Look at
and
that.
Texas
That's
Rangers.
awesome.
They gathered at the rear of the Henderson home at 906 Snyder and walked 300 yards to the south end of the rugged landfill area. Meanwhile, Ector County Sheriff Slim Gabriel, who acted as unofficial leader of the party, drove out another 10 acres in the Jeep. Gabriel said the area had never been searched since the secretary vanished from her desk at O&L Well Service Company on June 17th. Gabriel also indicated he may have had a tip that the body was in the area. The sheriff has said all along that he feels Mrs. Green is dead and that her body is somewhere southeast of the city. None of the officers, however,
Isn't it
believe
amazing
there's
somebody
any connection
breaks-
between the disappearance of Mrs.
kidnaps her
Green
from
and the
her
murder
work.
of the little girl.
Yeah.
Justice of the Peace Manuel Valles today ruled murder by person or persons unknown in the death of the Henderson girl. Preliminary autopsy report did not reveal the cause of death. Late yesterday, officers again searched the immediate area where the girl's body was found. They discovered a string of beads. The girl was believed to have been wearing the beads when she died. The beads were tossed into the brush nearby.
Wow.
Tonight, police are waiting for results of a lie detector test in the Henderson case, and those investigating the Green case are again without new leads.
Yeah, they're like actual cowboys. That's pretty funny. Well, there you go. That was a cool little aside. How far does it go? 2009? You're still in the article? Come on, no way. What's this one about? Well, look at that. She's still in an article. And killer had connections to lots of cases. There you go. Ector County Sheriff Slim Gabriel had a mystery on his hands and a suspect in mind. What he needed to put the two together was the body of Gloria Sue Nix Green, who had disappeared from her job at a Kermit Highway oil field. Service businesses on June 17, 1971. The likely culprit was Johnny Meadows, who had been questioned in connection with the Green case without being charged. Then the sheriff heard that Meadows, who had hightailed it after being questioned, had landed in jail in Aztec, New Mexico. Gabriel had Tom Barker, investigator for the Ector County District Attorney, were soon having some heart-to-heart conversations with Meadows in his cell. We worked him for 3 days, Barker, now an Odessa bail bondsman, recalled. He said a monetary arrangement finally got Meadows to talk. He was given $2,000, which the killer said he needed to help his wife make ends meet. On January 20th, 1972, Gabriel called from New Mexico and directed his deputies and other lawmen to a vacant lot less than a mile from the nightclub where Green had been seen with Meadows. It was a big story when the body was found, but I was headed for the sports department and didn't get to write a single line about the case I'd covered for all those months. The lead story was written by John Sliney, the city editor. My replacement as police reporter, Richard Williams, wrote the sidebar, my footnote on one of the city's most spectacular criminal cases grew even smaller. Meadows was charged, but Gabriel and Barker continued to spend hours talking with the suspect. He had 6 different personalities, Barker said. Gabriel developed a rapport and was able to elicit information from the right personality when the right personality surfaced. We took statements on 38 cases, Barker said. Meadows confessed outright to killing Linda Cugat and Ruth Maynard, both of Odessa, and Ann Smith of Monahans. He'd repeat his admissions later in interviews with Sliney. Authorities thought Meadows would clear dozens of area homicides. He's starting to sound like that one guy, Henry Lee Lucas or whatever. But they didn't anticipate what Meadows had in mind for courtroom drama. So I think that's him right there, that guy. Are you guys interested in this at all? Or I am. So even if you want to take off, feel free. I'm going to keep reading. Yeah, there it is. 2B. Let's see. After Meadows pleaded guilty to Green's death and was sentenced to life in prison on October 4th, 1972 in Fort Worth, the case had been moved on a change of venue. Ector County District Attorney John Green sought to prosecute him in the other 3 murder cases to which he had confessed. That trial was moved to Dallas. It was in a courtroom there where Meadows whipped up his shirt and claimed that Barker had forced him to confess by branding him with an iron bearing initials signifying the last names of his 4 victims. The district judge summarily threw out the confessions. Further investigation by several law enforcement agencies showed Meadows and another inmate at the Dallas County Jail had fashioned the branding iron out of a coat hanger and used Blistex and compactly wrapped toilet tissue to burn the marks into the skin. But it was too late, and that ended attempts to bring Meadows to justice in other cases. The slaying of the go-go dancer, Eula Mae Miller, is the oldest unsolved homicide listed by Odessa Crime Stoppers. Hey, thank you, Donna D. Let's see. Years later, John Green would tell a reporter that Meadows was the most conniving, meanest, cowardice weasel he had ever been dealt with. Years passed and Meadows eventually came up for parole. Gabriel warned at one hearing that Meadows would go back to his murdering ways if released. Oh, that scared me. But in 1990, Meadows was paroled to Houston. A little more than 2 years later, he posed as a lawyer, lured a woman into a law office, and sexually assaulted her at knife point. He was convicted and sent back to prison. Meadows died in obscurity on July 13, 2000, so he must have not had to serve the rest of that sentence on the original, the person that we're discussing. I forgot her name. Vicky something or other. Meadows died in obscurity on July 13, 2000 at the Polunsky unit in Livingston. It went virtually unnoticed in Odessa. In fact, Barker wasn't aware Meadows had died until last week, but he had a ready opinion. That's justice. Society's better off. He was scum. Coincidentally, there was an obituary in the newspaper that weekend for someone connected to the Meadows saga. The journalist who had chronicled the case through the years, John Sliney, died the day after Meadows. Many of the details of the behind-the-scenes portions of the Meadows matter will never surface. Gabriel died in 2005 and steadfastly refused to talk publicly about Meadows or the case. Barker said he promised the sheriff he would reveal detail. He wouldn't reveal details either. This is the most I've ever talked about it, he said. But he will say that he has dealt with a lot of heinous criminals through the years, but Meadows blew me out of the tub. Is that it? Does it end? I don't think it keeps going. I think that's it. Well, there you go. Isn't that weird? We made it all the way through the whole story off of a random search by Amber Maiden. So thank you. That was actually pretty interesting. A woman who was abducted straight out of her chair at work, went missing for 6 months or so. Then her body was found underneath a mattress, bound and gagged and tied up and everything, and strangled to death. And you know that guy killed more people. That isn't something you do on a one-time thing. That's probably a serial killer. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Boom. And that was kind of cool. We got to see that old footage and everything. And really, that was like totally randomly awesome right there. All right. Thank you, Donna D, right there at the end, and Kathy Shiflett. All right. So we're going to spin for the notebook again with the Freak Heart Stress Ball. You know? or you can just pretend it's my face and punch it. Okay, whatever you want to do. Whatever makes you feel good, just do it. All right. Oh yeah, and thank you on PayPal to Paulette Leonard, Not Your Average Chick, and Mag. So thank you guys very much. Really appreciate your support. Thanks every one of you for supporting this channel on a nightly basis. It really makes a difference to me and allows me to keep doing what I'm doing, and especially the awesome things that we do with a large portion of the income that gets brought in. So without you guys, we aren't able to do this. I really appreciate it. All right, and yeah, so let's do the spin. Where is it? All right, here we go. Would you shut up?
Gosh, Gray, I was just trying to sing along. Hey, why do you get to do it, but I don't get to do it?
Comes the spin for the notebook with the stress ball. Or it's actually a stress freak heart. It's not really a ball. It won't bounce. Look at that, it's Nikki Zubs. There we go. Nikki Zubs wins the Grant Hughes Investigates notebook, I guess is what it's called, with the Freak Heart stress ball. Yeah, so you have to send me an email. Sorry, look how sad that Jeff face is. Anyways, thank you guys very much for being here tonight, and I guess we'll see you tomorrow. We're going back onto the Murdaugh trial tomorrow. Alec Murdaugh, or Murdoch. Alec Murdoch. I'm Alec Murdoch. I'm so damn cool. My name is Alec Murdoch. Yeah, I'm a pile of shit, but yeah, I'm Alec Murdoch. Yeah. Yeah. I do drugs, fake shooting myself, killed my kids and my wife and everything, but hey, my name is Alec Murdoch. Yeah, yeah, I get off on all this stuff. Yeah. Oh, you just won one the other day? Okay. All right, here we go. We're shuffling again. We're spinning again. Here we go. Thank you, Nikki Zubs, for the generosity there. She's giving away her spin, you guys. So. And that's Quietly Frozen, which she always wants me to respin. So we'll have to, if she wants one, she can just let me know. Okay. If you want one anyways, anytime you want Quietly Frozen, let me know. Okay. All right. So here we go. Here we go. I knew it. Jeff, you're still in the ball. Look at it. Look at Jeff. A smiley face. It's Cadillac. let me check something. I'll tell you what. So Cadillac wins there. All right, hold on. Let me make sure Jeff's on here because he sort of threw one in the middle of. Hold on a second. If he's not in there, I'll spin again just for that one. Hold on a second. Ah, Jeff isn't in the spin, so we're gonna do one more spin just for Jeff's chance. This is for the notebook, all right, Jeff? So you weren't in that one, so you have a chance here. All right, here we go. He's got that damn smiley face again. Are you kidding me? All right, here we go. Here it's going to be frown, smiley, smiley, and will it be a frown again? Or will it be a smiley face? Oh, and it's Kathy Schiffer. Sorry about that, Jeff. You're right up here, though. You can see you at the top of the screen, up right above the guy's face. All right. Maybe next time, Jeff. There he is, with the sad face. Again, that's pretty funny. I don't know why that's funny to me. All right, everybody. Thank you all for being here tonight. We will see you tomorrow. And, again, like we're going to be I think it's the full first day of the defense. I'm never really a big fan of defense putting on their case. It's always just smoke and mirror bullshit, you know, but I guess we'll just see how it goes, all right? All right. Well, thank you again, everybody. Thank you, mods, for doing all you do. And thank you for everybody in here who believes in me and how I do the show, the way I do it. Might not be everybody's favorite way that a show's done or whatever, but whose is, right? Like, I don't like half the other people that do shows. So, like, why... You know, you guys are all... People can be the same, too. But I'm lucky to have people that like how I do it and like supporting my show and my channel. Feel very fortunate. And hopefully you guys feel like I give back quite a bit, you know. It's not like I'm sitting here, you know, just... I'm not becoming a billionaire or a millionaire or anything like that, you guys. All those people out there that think us YouTubers make just a shit, you know, like... gajillion dollars are just full of crap. So, yes, very cool, very cool. All right, thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4.
And a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and an 8.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime.
What's going on?
Thing for what's going on with that? Hold on. Oh, look at that one. From Halloween, you guys. Will it work now?
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now.
Uh-oh.
And during this whole time, I have not...
Why is it doing that?
One person.
It's almost like it's not connecting to the hard drive that's on. Let me try it again. One more time.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a...
Huh. Well, we'll have to get that one fixed. Maybe another time, you guys. It almost worked, but it's not working. It's, I don't know how to get that to work. But hey, you guys want to look at that for a minute? No, it's just, it's a file on a drive, and sometimes the drives aren't quickly loading or something. I can try it one more time. Let me see what happens with the Delphi one. Hold on a second. Yeah, this thing.
Guys.
Just want to see if it works.
Guys.
Oh, that one works. Weird. One more try. I'll give it one more shot. It's weird how it plays and then it quits playing.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person.
Come on.
That is a...
Come on, do it!
Crime dissector. But reject... human life.
I don't know. I actually don't know why it's doing that. I can't fix it. Let me see something. Maybe I need to put this somewhere else. It's my J drive. Hold on a second. This one? Rap Dance 2? Alright, hold on. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. Let me just go, I gotta go find the file though. I want to play it. I just want to see if this is why it's not working. Now you gotta sit here until I figure this crap out. Hold on a second. Rap. That's under...
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now.
OBS Studio Rap.
I have not seen one person.
Alright.
That is a...
It's weird how it stops right at a certain spot every time. So let me... OBS Studio. I wonder if it's something wrong with the actual file. OBS Studio. And then... Rap. Dance. I got it right here. What's this one? Oh, is that a different version of it? Yeah, there's something going on with that, the drive. I can see, you know what I think it is? I think I'm running a virus checker. Hold on, let me check something. I know it's total waste of your guys' time, but I just want to... Yep. Jeez. My virus checker right now is checking the J drive right where that file is, so it's creating issues with being able to connect to it. There you go, everybody. You guys help me get an answer. Don't run a virus checker during your show because it might be checking the exact folder that your video's in. Hey, thanks, everybody. We're all learning at the same time. Oh, look at this one, though. Oh, God. I didn't even see this one. Oh, God. I forgot all about this one. Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, you guys. This is your first time you guys have seen this, I think, for most of you. Here we go. This is another dance that I made of, let's see, Lori Daybell, but she doesn't look quite as healthy in this one. All right, so here we go.
True crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person.
Let's see.
That is a crime dissector, flag rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher.
Oh, I forgot about this one.
Me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his vector with always vector. Just remember I've a temper fucking check ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
What's this one?
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody?
Oh, I think that was a rock that came out of the air and squished her. Let me see.
I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Yeah, man, that sucks. It's sort of almost made it all the way through that one, but yeah, it's checking that hard drive. We might have to add that one into the mix. What do you guys think? That one I think that one definitely needs to make its way into the rotation from time to time, don't you think? All right. Anyways, thank you guys for being here tonight. We'll see you tomorrow, and as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. And a 2 and a 3.